Hello baby gangsters, this is Calvin, also known as Romer, and this is my first ever playthrough of Genshin Impact. And look, Xingqiu is here with his amazing boots, his amazing fighting style, and we're going to be doing another world quest today. Oh my god. Are you okay? Well, they're just like literally like getting attacked by these camera dogs.
Sight clear.
Which is absolutely sick. We actually have leveled up these characters a bit more, so they actually are doing a lot better than they were. What the hell is happening here? There's no end to these stupid mecha. Oh, my lovely muscular legs are now full of these horrid welts and bruises. Thank you, friend. If it weren't for you, I'd be still taking a beating by from those mecha. Sorry, I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Desnos, a member of the Fontaine Research Institute. Okay, an assistant researcher, or so I used to be. Now responsible for receiving the adventurers who come here for recruitment and conducting preliminary qualification reviews. They're called preliminary qualification reviews, but it's more just me checking if they're carrying all the proper documentation with them. After all, some adventurers can't even get their documents right. So you're looking for adventurers? Yes, as you said, we've been asking the Adventurers Guild to recruit adventurers who can investigate and search the ruins of the Fontaine Research Institute. After all, nearly the entire institute was destroyed in the explosion, and we don't have a lot of manpower. This violates the Institute's non-disclosure agreements, and some other work regulations, of course, but technically only on paper. I think I've heard of this incident before. Hi, members, someone named Edwin made a mistake at this explosion, yes, at the Institute. Oh, so everyone knows, do they? Must have been some journalist from the Steamboat with nothing better to do. Charlotte is a fantastic person. I'm just going to tell you this right now, Desnos. Anyway, that's what happened, and that's where we're at now. In other words, you're looking for people who are good at searching for things in the ruins? We're good at that. I can see that you're more confident than ordinary people, and I believe you got no good reason for that kind of confidence. You got good reason, sorry. I'm glad you're interested in the commission. But if you really are planning to take it up, I'll have to ask you to fill out some simple forms. Is this a qualification review? Yes, your comprehension and attention are excellent. Better than the ones that came before you, anyway. Sounds like a lot of work. We don't usually have to jump through all these hoops when we take a commission. Well, the commission concerns confidential items from the Fontaine Research Institute. The ruins contain scholarly papers and research results that must be retrieved. They're assets of the Fontaine Research Institute, and they are the foundation of rebuilding the Institute. Indeed, the hope of the entire court of Fontaine, so they're going to be trying to rebuild the Institute. Only trustworthy, upright, elite adventurers may enter the ruins, and that's why we have to run a qualification review. It's also why I'm here to do the preliminary part. Look at you, look like an angel there, Paimon. Look at that. Look at the shadow. Oh, and how many elite adventurers have you recruited so far? Well, it's complicated. The ones I had high hopes for declined because they were in bad shape at the time. Anyway, at this point, well, alright, we have none. Are your standards too high? How else would you not end up finding a single adventurer? These are the rules set by Mr. Shosel, and I can't do anything about it. In fact, I've even held many adventurers to polish up their documents. But even so, no adventurers have passed the reviews set by Mr. Shosel and Mr. Ramondo. Maybe you could change your qualifications reviews? I don't know. But don't worry, you're already much better than the previous ones, so your chances of passing is certainly higher. Please sit here while I go get a few bottles of ink. We'll be filling out some forms. Okay. A few bottles? Is that one not enough? That sounds like it's some mad forms. Based on my experience, if you didn't bring any documents, the one bottle is definitely not enough. Oh. First, 1 proof of adventure qualifications, 1 30-day record of travel history. Actually, I'm sure that the Adventurers Guild has these records. Don't worry, I'll write you an official letter to explain the situation. I'm request set documents from the guild. Okay. But for the resume, you'll have to fill out your own habitual residence, your contact address, contact information, your current names you've used in the past, your pseudonyms, and aliases, and that and what you use when you want to conceal your identity. Okay, well, we don't conceal our identity. We just walk around the place and go, I am literally the traveler. This is Paimon. Fear us. Then you have to sign good faith documents, a notice of liability, a notice of obligation, and oh my god. Desnos help you start filling out the forms, alternating between hesitance and doubt. You use up bottle after bottle of ink, but the stack of forms also gradually shrinks. As you finish the last form, Desnos smiles, and you breathe a sigh of relief. I am probably the type of person who would get like halfway down, like through like 10 of like 100 papers to sign, and I'd be like, is this necessary? You know? That's all the documents. Now you just need to go to the institute itself for the final review. I was meant to be the one to take you there, but those stupid mecha injured my leg. It's okay, just tell us where it is and we'll head over there ourselves. Sounds good, I'll mark the location on your map. Oh, by the way, I suggest you head straight to the roof to talk to Mr. Nacker. The Institute sent him to work there in the area. You can go talk with him. There are lots of clockwork mecha in the nearby wilds, so he's definitely gonna need a formidable guard. Wait, we haven't passed your final review? Why are you assigning us work already? And there's no compensation either. Well now, just hear me out. Mr. Nacker's a senior researcher at the Fontaine Research Institute, who once even did research under Edwin, so he's got some sway in the Institute. If you're to get along with him, and incidentally demonstrate your capabilities to him to prove your worth, then you're gonna have a much better chances of passing the review. So what you're saying is we should help this Mr. Nacker and thank him for the privilege while we're at it? Precisely, oh my god. You can tell before arriving at the Fontaine Institute for the final review, Mr. Desnos has tasked me with your guard and ensuring your safety. Anyway, I won't hold you up any longer. He should be on the roof. I still got to... Ow, my leg, the stupid mecha. So this happens like quite a bit with some characters in this game. But not only in this game, in the world. It's so pretty, isn't it? Fontaine is so pretty. But it happens quite a bit with characters in this world, right? And in the real world as well. And whereabouts are we going, by the way? He marked it on the map, didn't he? Or maybe we have to click it again? So, yeah, just up here then. Okay, so it's actually not that far. So this is the Fontaine Research Institute that was clearly destroyed. You can see here from like the bridge is absolutely messed up as well. Freaking devastated, to be honest. Let's check out... Where are you, by the way? Oh, you're over here. Okay, I didn't see you when he came up here, honestly. And there's another character here too. Yeah, it happens in the world quite a bit where like someone will like believe that their organization is probably like the most important thing in the world because they are probably like living in kind of like a bubble in a way, which like, you know, we tend to all like have our own bubbles that we live in, you know, like it, and like you just, unless you can like see the outside perspective, you know what I mean? Sometimes you can't. Whether it be as small as someone who like lives in like a bubble where they're like, they believe that AAA games are the only games that release every single year, or they believe that like, you know, all fighting games are the same. You know, that's a bubble. You're like, you live in a bubble where you don't understand the outside of that bubble. And in this case, it's like the situation where it's like, you know, someone's like, oh, like this, you should be happy to work with this person. But we're just kind of like, okay, like fine. You know, we don't really care as much as you do, but hopefully we'll get something out of it. If that makes sense. Music is gorgeous, isn't it?
I've said many times, Miss Crony, rebuilding the Fontaine Research Institute is our only goal right now.
You said the same thing 3 times now. I know all too well that when you guys start repeating things like robots, there's definitely something big that you're trying to hide. Oh, she got you.
Think what you like. And as for the numerous issues you mentioned earlier, I suggest you go talk to Mr. Raimundo.
What is he going to tell me? All the things the Fontaine Research Institute is hiding?
No, but his ways of beating around the bush might be more sincere.
The music is gorgeous.
Anyway, Miss Crony, I've my own business to attend to. The next one in line has been waiting quite a while now.
Oh, he's he's going to be a very interesting character for this quest.
Hello, how can I help you?
Are you Mr. Nacker?
Yes, I am.
You introduce yourself to, I'm going to say, like, Nacker? And describe the final review situation. Upon mentioning Desnos, you remember what he last told you. Before formally arriving at the Fontaine Research Institute for the final review, Mr. Desnos has first tasked me with being your guard and ensuring your safety.
I see. Thank you for applying, Mr. Wonder. And I suppose I must also thank Mr. Desnos' injured leg.
Good one. So pretty!
The wilds around here do pose many dangers, and having an adventure capable of passing the preliminary qualifications review by my side would be a lot safer.
I can't act like I didn't hear that. What dangers are there exactly, if I ask? According to the investigation, lots of Arkhium flew out of the Institute when it exploded. Will the uncontrolled Arkhium radiate energy? Will it contaminate the surrounding environment? I love the little, like, notepad she takes out, like little, what you call this thing, clipboards. Whoa, this entire area might be contaminated then? I suddenly feel so much short of breath. That happens though, when someone mentions like a sickness or something, you start to feel like you have it, right?
That's just your imagination at work. After leaving its catalytic environment, Arkhium immediately returns to an inert safe. It won't radiate or contaminate anything.
So yeah, that happens, man. How many times has someone been like... I think the biggest one is like, if anyone like mentions like lice or like a sore throat or something like this going around, you start to like feel it a little bit. For me, like if, you know, whenever I like had to like do like anything with my band, the morning with my band, I was thinking about what if I got a sore throat the night before all the time, and the next morning I would have I would like feel like, oh, I'm sick, but then like half an hour I'd be fine. And I wonder if it is kind of like this placebo thing where like you kind of like make yourself believe that it is something there, you know.
It is apparent that Miss Crowley's way of phrasing your concerns brought you unnecessary misunderstandings. Mr. Wanderer, may I take a look at your documents? If you wish to escort me, then we'll have to take something of a detour. I'm going to a few nearby places to review technological assets and institute a NAB and some documents along the way. Who's this lady next to you? I love that we're just like, yeah, we kind of want to be introduced to everyone here, not just you. Some reporter, that's all. You're a reporter, okay. Really nice dress. Indeed, that's what I am. It's a great honor to meet you, Mr. Wanderer. I've heard your name from my colleagues many times before. Oh, seriously? Okay, cool. That dress is so nice. And like the bow and the dress look good together, but like the bow goes with her hair. It's really nice. I'm Crony, a journalist for the political affairs section of the Steambird. If you have time, can we arrange a time to chat? Sure. And of course, Miss Pyman is also welcome to join. I'm very interested in your adventures. There you go, Pyman. Let's see, how does next Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday sound to you guys, even? The Saturday could work. We could go for a cup of coffee. Very like Steambird-esque, right? Like Charlotte will take an interview whenever she can because she's so hardworking as well. Well, how about right now? You guys stay here and chat and I'll work my duties. That won't do. I've already reserved today's interview schedule for you. Sorry, Mr. Wanderer Pyman. We'll have to chat another time. We're okay. Yeah, that's okay. We got work to do anyway. We need to score Mr. Nacker first. I must stress again that I'm an ordinary researcher now. I've no further information to give you. Plus, we've also got tedious and meaningless work ahead of us. Even if you go ahead and interview me, you won't find any useful information from it. That won't be a problem, Mr. Nacker. All work has its own unique value, and it's our job to uncover it. Don't worry about me. Suit yourself. Let's get going, Wanderer. According to the schedule, there's a document we need to get at the Institute Executive Office. Hopefully, Konjat wasn't called up from some other work.
There we go. Okay, this is interesting. We have a character who, like, again, I don't think he's like, you know, I can't get a full. Obviously, we're not going to get a full read on him so far. But I do think that he's like a more of an interesting character, I guess, who's like a little bit like keeping things close to his chest, I suppose, maybe. But again, we're not going to really know him fully until we get here. This bridge is awesome, and I've wanted to walk on this bridge since I got here. You know what I mean? And like I always wait a bit like until like, you know, I think it's going to be a quest or something like that. So I'm glad that it is a part of like some sort of quest, you know. It's a really pretty scene. And the thing is, like, you can tell it's very modern, but like it's so, look at the overgrown grass on this as well. Everything's so freaking pretty in this place. Everything's so pretty. The team we're using today is Anxiety -2 still. Again, the reason oh, Jesus Christ, Calvin, I'm so sorry. We obviously haven't like gotten to use them as much as we would like, but I think a continuous use of them might be fun.
I see everything.
And trying our best to get the most out of them is the good idea.
Feast your eyes.
If that makes sense.
Rain outlines your fate.
Like, I feel like it depends on the mission sometimes. Like, sometimes I'll go into a mission, like, say like a story quest, for example. I'll use a team for a story quest, and that, like, that team will not get used, like, at all or something. Or, like, you know, very understandably so, we want to use, like, say, like, with Risley and stuff like that. We wanted to use Risley, you know, in the story quest trial. So, of course, we were using Risley for that. Because I feel that's, like, a little bit different, right? And obviously there's not going to be infinite amount of teams that we're creating. Obviously not. Hello, boys. Hello, boys. How are you? Hello, boys. Hello, Usa blocks and Numa blocks. Oh my god, more Clockwork Mecha. Are you kidding me? They're so fun to fight. They're actually, like, they actually are really fun to fight. I would say, like, if you, like, they're not, obviously not, I wonder if they're, like, I think they are, like, my favorite, like, Germain? Is that what you say? My favorite, like, artisan battle in this game. In terms of, like, enemies that are, that kind of, like, are made to be in, like, a certain area, if that makes sense. Like, the ones that are from here, I guess I should say. Because obviously, like, there's enemies that are everywhere. And there's enemies that are, like, I meant to go to Sing Show, but... Oh, and then we go with Kava here like this. For a little DPS damage. His weapon ain't fully leveled up yet, but still. But you know what I mean? Like, in terms of enemies that are, like, you only find in one certain area. They are to me like the most fun to fight. I have so much fun fighting them. I think overall, rune guards are like are so fun. The most fun enemies to fight, I would say. Oh, hello. This is it. Here, hang on a second when I go find Miss Conchat. Whoa. What's that place? The building floating in the air, so is that it? Paimon gets this must be one of those magical, I only wanted the second floor, just cut the first floor out buildings that you hear about. Was this caused by an accident? You should talk to Kaveh about that. You might find that interesting. Indeed it was. What you see now is the central laboratory of the Fontaine Research Institute. Or should I say, what was once the central laboratory. Mr. Edwin's Eastington house was once within, trying to develop a field generator using Arkhium. Initial estimates indicate that the device could lift an entire block of buildings. My guess is that the experiment didn't turn out so well. Of course! Had Mr. Edwin not left 2/3 of Fontaine Research Institute in ashes, he would have been in a shoo-in for the post of next director. Look at that, man. Look at it. Like, it's just like such an incredible thing to even see this up close as well. Like these floating water with like tiny little waterfalls coming out of it as well. And today, the heavy responsibility that belongs to the posted director, including a lifelong stipend of private dwelling, must be borne by the likes of Shosel and Raimundo. So he's saying that, like, it's Shosel and Raimundo the likes that are going to become director. Paimon wonders what just kind of people Raimundo and Shosel are. According to the evaluations of my peers, they're the type who can speak to you for an entire day without saying anything. I want to put that to the test. Wow. Paimon's like, I do not want this. So it's extremely accurate to say that Mr. Shoso's talents are irreplaceable. Look, Wanda, the location of your final review is in the former location of the Elaine Guillotine Research Institute. Okay, and I'm the current residents of the institute, so we definitely want to go there. Before the incident, weekly lectures were held there regarding critical projects. Of course, the old administrative functions that are still in effect and can handle the final review. What's in the plaza? What's the plaza for? There are even seats around it. Is it an amphitheater of some kind? Oh, it's so, look, all the buildings together as well. They're so freaking pretty. I hope we get to go there. I've heard colleagues stationed at the institute speak of this place. That is the sacred grounds of Fontanians. The place where Fonta was born. Refreshing Fonta, a Fonta refreshment. This is the Fontaine Research Institute's academic assembly hall, and it is dedicated to the purpose of displaying the fruits of our research, such as the combat-capable artifice dancers, the gramophone, and the turbine-powered glider, among others. Previous analysis of the Institute assets show that, of the items I mentioned previously, Fonta may be the only scientific achievement that remains legally profitable. So it's the only scientific achievement from the Institute that it remains legal to sell now. I couldn't help but notice your wording contained a few baseless accusations. I'm glad you noticed. In that case, would you mind giving me your opinion of the ongoing criminal activity of selling off research materials for the Institute? That's actually a very good method, right? When you want to get some information out of someone. Like, say something that might piss them off. It's absolutely vile, and those involved in the matter ought to be arrested in accordance with the law. Well, then out of those with the access to the Institute's technical assets and the capacity to commit such a crime, who do you believe it was exactly? Could it be possible that it was a criminal? Oh, so he's again avoiding the like answering it directly. So she's talking about the people who are selling off the Research Institute materials, and I wonder, does he know something more than he's letting on? Wonder, let's keep moving. I need to go to a file storage room first and retrieve survey anchor, which we can use to monitor the strength of the energy flows. It's not far, let's go. I actually like Crony quite a bit. And like, I'm not, this document needs to be filled, and this one rewritten. Oh, there's just so much to do. Wow. And like, it's not because I'm like, I love someone who like puts the pressure on someone. Thoroughly investigate the Institute's loss of assets effective today. Funding approval from the auxiliary Roborm, hollow propulsion wind glider, and autonomous circuit aquabus project suspended, pending further reviews of the finances and assets. So when they sold off the other assets, or when someone tried to sell off the other assets, basically they actually like, am I right in saying that what happened was they sold off the assets, and then because of the investigation, they suspended like the funding for other projects just in case they were being used to like maybe sell those on as well? Announcement concerning personnel changes. Announcement regarding the memorial service of Monsieur Boudor. The Institute will hold a memorial service for Monsieur Boutour tomorrow at 9:30 p.m. in the Academic Assembly Hall to honor his research contributions to the Institute, and the people of the court of Fontaine may rest in peace. Anyone not associated with the Institute who wishes to attend the service should be first registered with the funerary office. Notice regarding the sanctions for personnel conducting unapproved research. In summary, Patrice traveled to Liyue, nice, without permission and conducted experiments without the Institute's approval, not nice. He also is suspected of tampering with and falsifying experimental results. Very not nice. He retains his position on probation pending investigation. That sounds like he did, yeah, probably shouldn't be there. All experimental data on papers from the project will be temporarily archived and in the care of Monsieur Anatoly, pending subsequent review and empirical verification. Notice of Edwin Eastlinghouse dismissal. In accordance with the Fontaine Research Institute's personnel regulations, Edwin Eastlinghouse has been absent from work without permission for a long period without having submitted any application, and is thereby dismissed from his post of senior technician effective today, with further investigation pending. Notice of Courtois' dismissal. In accordance with the laws of the Court of Fontaine Research Institute personnel regulations, Courtois has been dismissed from his position as research in the Institute effective immediately, and the Institute retains the right to pursue further legal actions. So I was like, oh man, like, you know, Patrice, like, yo, he's like, that sounds really cool. He's going to Liyue, but then of course, like, it's, it seems like it's not that whatsoever, So what they're getting at here is that there's a lot of like changes and dismissals, right? So like Edwin got dismissed, for being absent. Coutras got dismissed, for laws of personal regulations, and then the pending release of Patrice is from his falsifying and tampering of information. Okay. Jesus Christ, dude. What? Oh my God, look at that. Yeah, that's beautiful. But then I'm looking at this ring over here. So pretty. So pretty. Yeah, I love finding the Cochran ring. It's interesting because it seems like maybe we're going to find out. Like, we already knew that, like, we went to the Institute of Philosophy, for example. That's our first, pretty much our first ever, like, journey there, I suppose. Like, into the Fontaine, like, institutes and stuff like this. And that's, like, what's so, like, interesting when we got there was that we found that, like, it was not, like, totally on the up and up either. There was stuff there that I would, like, actually, like to make sure does not get out. Whether it be that little portal that was on the ground. So, like, I wonder how, like, because it sounds like there was a lot of corrupt natures here at, like, the, at the, one second. At this institute as well. So I'm really interested to see exactly where this is going to go. And again, like, you know, it could be one of those situations where we have to find out the truth. We're going to find out some more information from, these letters and from the story that we get from the people we're traveling with as well. And I just think it's interesting personally, like the conversation that's being had here, because it's very clear that there is like still a lot of information that's being kept very close to the chest that some lovely reporters definitely want to find out more about. For sure. These birds are so cool. So, wait, how far away is this? Oh, it's over here. Oh, we might as well get this then. Are you kidding me? We're about to unlock another area. Awesome. Yeah, I just wonder, because I'm sure we're going to see more when it comes... Look, these places are so pretty. All these broken down areas. This speaks to me, man. Like, this type of area speaks to me. So badly. Like, I love this type of stuff. I really freaking love this type of stuff. Oh my God, what is... It is like a battle arena. Are you a boss? Prototype Cal Brigade. It's me! It's like a spaceship! It's like a freaking spaceship!
Come on, we can do it!
Watch and learn!
Rain outlines your
I don't know how much damage we're gonna do with this team, but we'll try our best.
Come at me!
I honestly, like, you know, if you work at it, not bad at all. It's such an interesting design. Like, I wonder who created this.
Go, Barbara!
The height of... Oh! That's so awesome! This is so cool! This is the coolest. Oh my god.
Scanning.
That's so neat.
Sounds like who?
Too early? Way too early. I am in love with
Let me
this.
read you a verse.
I know what to do here. Ah! This is so freaking neat. They literally made 0 gravity boss battles.
Hey,
Genshin, you need to stop. I already thought you were perfect.
no, my sword.
Like I legitimately already thought you were like an amazing game. You don't need to do all this. Oh God.
Let's dance.
It actually is like so crazy that like we're just like, and you know what it is? It looks like it is like a battle arena, right? And I wonder if it was like a former like test place or something like that where, oh God. Oh no. Where they like tested out fighting this thing, or like it was supposed to be like a test of a battle area or something like that.
Rain outlines your fate.
Like it could have been that.
Feast your eyes.
And it's become something different now, like maybe because it's just been left here after the
See
explosion.
everything.
Like could that be a possibility?
Let the show begin.
Maybe.
Witness the power of Gugwa.
Sight clear. Scanning.
Like it could be. Like what I'm saying is like, what if like they left this thing here after all the explosions,
Sight clear.
and like obviously it's just doing what maybe it's supposed to do. Like maybe when like some person comes in here to test it, it's supposed to like fight back. Like it's because again it's a mech creature once again, right? That's what it is.
Rain cutter.
I need to get better at jumping. There we go. Oh God, third jumps.
Breaking new ground. Come at me.
There we go. We defeated. Yeah, I think next time we fight it, I definitely have a better chance of fighting that. But like, for now, like that's my theory with this thing, right? Is that it was a creature. What do we have here? Let me see. What do we get? Who uses this? Who uses that? Does anyone use that? Does anyone of my Fontainian characters use this? Chevreuse must. What do you use? No, she does not. Let's see. What do you use, Kira? You do not use that stuff anyway. Let's see. Lynette, what do you use? Not that, apparently. What do... let's see now. Clorant, what do you use? Okay, same thing. Let's see what you use, Femine. Okay, not that anyway. Okay, let's see what you use, Garmin. Okay, not that. Let's see. I know what Linny uses. It's not that. So this might be okay. So what we're learning here, what the whole class is learning here, is that this boss will not be on their list of characters that we're used to leveling up. That's what we're learning here. But this area was really cool, though. Yeah, I'm imagining it was like some place that was destroyed. That's my estimation. And it was part of the institute that was destroyed, and subsequently, because it was destroyed, this creature that survived there was probably used for like they were probably testing combat with it, and it ended up like just staying there waiting for people to combat it.
Scanning.
Maybe that's the case. Who knows?
Sight clear.
And if that's not the case, headcanon for the win.
Feast your eyes.
Am I right, guys? Am I right? We're right. Holy hell, this is one of the prettiest places in Fontaine already. Can we move these? Huh. Okay, we'll stay on track for now. We'll stay on track for now. Because we got, you know, usually these world quests get a little bit chunky, especially the way I do them. You don't need that much water. A jade water fruit condensed from an excessive amount of hydro. Due to its internal pressure, it will sometimes spew bubbles, and when it loses a certain amount of water, it will start spewing bubbles in all directions to attack nearby entities. Okay. That's interesting. Okay, that's cool. We can use it during battles as well, I'm guessing, which would be kind of neat as well.
I see everything. No, my
It's so interesting they mentioned the lane as well, by the way. I'm very interested, because as soon as they named lane, I was like, okay, my ears are perking up even more as well.
sharing my knowledge.
Because obviously that's the creator of Seymour, right? And obviously, yeah, that's who like created or worked with a lot of these mech, which makes sense. But there's a lot of mechs here, by the way. This is like Mech City, like more than ever. This is Mech City, because it seems like they're like probably like, you know, again, it always feels like, you know, they were put here, and now they're waiting for a return almost of like their creators, or maybe there's like, you know, again, if your purpose is to like, you know, be in the Fontaine Research Institute or protect it. Okay, calm down, buddy. Calm down. What's wrong with you? Are you okay? I'm sorry. Yeah, you're sorry.
Watch and learn.
I'm didn't mean to.
Come at me.
That's my bad. It's okay. You know what I mean? Like, there's so much mech work, and if they, again, why do they have like a need to move? Would they even in their you know, in their capacity, would they have a capacity to explore and move or stuff like that? Like, would that be even a thing? Or would they just stay here? Who knows? Possibly not. Whereabouts is this? Is it up to here? Through this ladder? Are we actually going through this ladder here? I think we might be. Oh my god, we are. Awesome. Chalmé. And like, what's so cool is like, they're like all the Fontaine, these people who want to like start the research institute again are like still hanging out here. Mr. Nacker, you finally come. You come across a little hiccup on the way. Never mind that. Have you retrieved the survey anchor yet? I was just about to bring it down up to you. I don't know if it was due to the explosion, but supporting tools that were kept here were all damaged. You should know if you don't use the proper tools to retrieve anchors, you'll be subject to being struck by high-intensity Arkhium energy flows. Oh, intense energy flows from Arkhium. Got it. Huh? What I just said was... I didn't... giving away information. Relax, sweetie. You're really speaking the truth. It's not like you offended anyone. Grody is working hard here. What Miss Chalamet said is indeed the truth. I hope that I can say the same for what you shall write. No, Steambird's not like that. Well, sometimes it has been like that. Whenever the truth is placed right before me, I'd never pretend that it's not there. That would be a mistake. Is that so? Well, it only takes the slightest bit of effort to fixate on something, but it always takes more brainpower to avert your gaze from it. It's clear now that they're having an argument with each other. But why does Paimon still feel like the vibes are scarier than if they were? Yeah, it's kind of like very passive-aggressive. Let's deal with the survey anchor first. Yeah, don't leave this to poor Paimon. You're right. Miss Chalmé, let's go examine the anchor. Okay then. That said, the area is located still blocked. I'll go ahead and open the ports and unblock it. I love the concept that all of the people who want these research institute to come back are still just hanging out in the broken down areas. It's so interesting to me. Wonder, as I recall, you were an adventurer who came from the recruitment, yes? Well, when assisting on our institute in this work, you'll sometimes be required to carry out certain precise operations. I'd like to see your practical abilities first. Could you please go up with Miss Chalamet, operate the energy transfer terminal to clear the area with the survey anchors of the obstructions? I guess I could. Paimon thinks she's heard the story somewhere before. It's something like, your test began the moment you set foot in this area. The smile. You could say that. If you pass the final review, then we'll do a detailed competency assessment for you. After all, everybody excels at different things, and the work they can take on also differs. And so the compensation will differ as well. Haha, very blunt of you, but you're not wrong. And we got to show them our worth, Wander. Just treat this as an early assessment. Miss Chalamet over there shall explain to you how to operate the terminal. Please follow our instructions and unblock the area as soon as you can. I'll be watching you from this side. Well, okay, that's fine. We do a lot of work for people in Fontaine, right? We do a lot of work for people in Fontaine. Is this the terminal you want me to activate? So these are very confusing here. This is a test for text cipher letters. I haven't thought of any suitable scenarios where this tech can be applied. Considering the energy transfer terminals and the receiving terminals aren't widespread in Fontaine, The use of encrypted images will be limited to within the Fontaine Research Institute. Tailhard just loves coming up with such useless inventions. I've already warned him not to vandalize the place. The encrypted images use a special paint that require equally special solvent to remove. The formula for the solvent needs to remove the encrypted messages recorded below. The text has been removed. Do we like... There's like a camera over here. Okay.
The ability to appreciate beauty is an important virtue.
You tell him, Kaba. You tell him. So we just find these? I'm not sure what you... I definitely saw one of these before at the start of this episode before I started recording and I backed out of it. It was like another puzzle because I was like, oh, what's this? I'm not sure what you... What do you want me to do here? Oh, I get it now. And then we access power to this. Okay, that makes sense. It's a transfer of power.
But there's still room for
super interesting. Kavi, you tell him. Room for improvement. Excellent work. The lock has been opened. Your ability to grasp mechanics and execute are both outstanding, and your value far exceeds the vast majority of who participate in experiments. I will truthfully report your performance as such. What's next? Well, Miss Crony, what's gone into you? You okay? I suddenly feel like I'm going to throw up. Are you okay? What the hell? Miss Crony, please drink this medicine. Exposed survey anchors radiates with Arkhium energy traces, and the place we are in now also is affected somewhat, so it does infect people? However, this energy level won't leave permanent adverse effects in the body. Just take this medicine, you'll be fine. So it does infect people. Okay. It tastes terrible. Forget it. I guess it's also kind of first-hand experience. Wanda, these 2 bottles are for you too. Please drink them quickly. I'm feeling fine. Let Paimon drink it. Yeah. But Paimon isn't feeling discomfort either. Plus, the medicine doesn't taste so good, right? Paimon would rather not take it. Okay, if you're not sick either, Paimon. I was just like worried about Paimon as well, but okay. Really? That's quite interesting. And it's completed at all with the results of the applications of Arkhium List Report 3, 3rd edition. We all should have been affected by the same amount of Arkhium energy. We're constantly journeying over mountains and seas. We're way stronger than the people you got working here. Correction, you can now assume that all the Fontaine Research Institute staff are now working out in the open, beneath the sun and the stars. Your report might consider mentioning the difficult work conditions we are enduring, Miss Crony. Alright, I've been wronged without having been notified in advance. The Steambird won't just let this go. Putting all this aside, you clearly have an extremely strong innate tolerance of the energy flow. Wonder, if so, you are certainly best candidate to assist in the Institute without question. Please approach the storage room and report any dizziness, nausea, itchiness, and other discomfort you feel during the process. Hold on there, are you using Wander as a guinea pig without fulfilling your obligation to inform of the risks first? Oh, Crony, I like Crony a lot. It is clearly stated in the Institute, Aber externally contracted employee agreement. Oh, we signed it. We signed a document. Prior to being officially employed, the applicant shall be subject to harmless Arkhium energy flow tolerance tests, and if the Institute has the right to terminate the contract based upon results of said tests. I hate reading. You choose not to exercise your right to read the text, but the document was clearly marked. Please sign your name after carefully reading the document, making sure they're true. I can't argue with it. Like, how am I supposed to argue with the fact that yes? However, seeing as you're completely unaffected by the energy flow, I believe you may be just the person we're looking for. In any case, let's get down to business. Take 3 steps towards the storage room, then hold this still for 30 seconds. Okay, you follow Nacker's series of complicated instructions to slowly approach the storage room. Yeah, we signed it. There's not, like, at that point, like, obviously, like, you know, really, if you wanted to, we could leave, like, what are they going to do, you know? We're, like, best friends with, like, Nourvalet as well. Actually, Nourvalet would probably enforce the contract. He's all about, like, whatever's written is written, and that's the justice. My head, it feels like I'm going to explode. I'm feeling the same as always. Wait, interesting. So should we say this? What's wrong, one? Are you alright? Okay, that was good acting. You nearly fooled Paimon. Jeez, but okay, we're playing a little prank. That's a relief. Paimon was worrying about how she'd carry you out of here for your suddenly to pass out. Oh, poor Paimon. Although if you come all this way, we can't see Nacker and the others anymore. It doesn't seem like we can hear them either. What do we do next? Paimon knows. They'll chuck some sort of box in here and communicate with us through that. Do they have technology that cool? We'll find out soon enough. Paimon can't wait to see what kind of cool gadgets they might use to communicate with us. Wonder, can you hear me?
Oh, so they rely on technology of shouting really loud. I can hear you. No, but I would never shush Paimon. Are you kidding me? Paimon, that's no hilarious joke, Paimon. Do you feel any discomfort? Everything's good. That's great. Please continue on the survey anchor. You should be able to see it now. Once you retrieve it, it will temporarily fall into a dormant state and stop radiating energy. And there we'll be able to come in. Be careful if you feel uncomfortable, then we'll get out of here. Let's check it out. So some documents as well, by the way. This appears to be a reference book that's meant to teach common knowledge to people who haven't yet come of age. But why is it placed in the Institute's materials office? Fontaine Research Institute, Kinetic Energy Engineering. Executive offices. Located at the intersection between the Liffey of Fontaine Research Institute of Kinetic Energy Engineering Ruins, primarily responsible for the Institute's various administrative tasks, academic assembly hall, a venue for showcasing the products of the Institute research to public. The circular design of the exposition hall allows it to accommodate a larger audience while providing a better view. Was that where we were looking at? Was that where the enemy was? Maybe it wasn't a battle arena. Maybe it just literally found its way in there. Central laboratory located in the heart of the Fontaine Research Institute of Kinetic Energy and Engineering. It has the most advanced instruments in Fontaine. Currently, the primary research undertaken there is related to the experimental field generator. Weird. Super weird. Like I thought that was maybe I'm wrong. I thought the circular area was a like a testing area, but it might be just an area. Maybe they're showing off like creatures that can fight as well. Maybe. You actually managed to retrieve the survey anchor without the instruments, like it was nothing. That's amazing. The last time we needed at least 3 of us acting together to retrieve an anchor. I'm most certain that you're exactly the talent we've been looking for. With your help, all of our work is going to go much more smoothly. All right, I'll keep it for now. Let's leave this place and report back to the Institute post-haste. Hang on, where's Miss Coroni? Paimon doesn't hear anywhere. She's feeling nauseous, so she stayed up to there to rest. Makes sense. But don't worry, she's already taken her medicine. She just needs a little time. She better be. This is a Steambird girl. We have to answer to Charlotte if something happens to her. What are you doing here? A bunch of mecha monsters suddenly showed up beside. They're on my heels, about to storm in. Leave it to me. Look, I wander over there. Don't worry. We'll. She was right to come down here. She was right to come down here. Like it doesn't matter if she led them down here. 100%. If she can't fight them off, she should definitely come down to us and like we'll sort it out.
Scanning.
You know what I mean? Like I think like that's like. You know, there's no need to be like a hero sometimes, especially when you're traveling with like, you know. So, and again, like she told us she heard about us, you know what I mean? She heard about what we could do.
Sight clear.
And while it's good to be modest, like I think that's one of the things like about like I think it's great that like, you know, Paimon and Wanderer are modest all the time, you know what I mean? But like for me, when I talk about those two, when I talk about Paimon and Wanderer and all that they've done, like and how much they have done, like they have done some crazy stuff. Like no doubt in my mind that like they have a right to be the most overconfident duo you've ever heard in your life if they wanted to be. You understand what I'm saying? It's like that. Yeah, if they were like, yeah, we can do this. It's like, yeah, of course you can. You don't need to be modest here. Luckily, Wander was here. They were probably a clockwork mecha that the Institute used before to monitor the energy flow, and they're equipped with Arkhium energy flow monitoring devices. Although they're now out of control, they're still automatically converged upon here, detecting the energy flow of the Arkhium. Mr. Nacker, should the Fontaine Institute be held accountable for these out-of-control mecha in the wilds? That's the thing. I don't think it's a bad question. Like, look at all these like these mecha that are like now seeped out from the Institute. I don't reject that at all. They should be held accountable. Yeah. If we truly have a way to have those buried in the ground rise up and speak again, I suppose, as you know, that actually does make sense. Their passive aggression between these two is super funny. Also, I sincerely suggest that you stay here and rest, Miss Crony. Miss Josel and Mr. Raimondo are at the Institute's new site, and they aren't going anywhere. Once you're feeling better, then you can go and interview them. Yeah, you felt sick that you could barely stand. Don't push yourself too hard. Your health is essential, 100%. We don't want anything happening to you. No, I can't interview Josel. It's the final step, not the beginning. That's why I'm following Mr. Nacker around. I want to experience everything firsthand and get tangible evidence. I have to question Josel with the evidence in hand. That way, he won't be able to beat around the bush like last time. And lo and behold, I've now personally experienced the so-called harmless Arkhium energy flow now. Once I get to the Fontaine Research Institute, I'm definitely going to uncover all of the hidden truths.
I truly admire your professionalism, Miss Crowley, but are you sure you'll be able to make it the rest of the way there? Don't worry, I'll be right behind you guys. I'm a reporter after all. Very well. If that's the way you see it. If that's the way you do be seeing it. That's fine. The backup medicine is always nearly finished. I'll go back and get some more at the institute later. Wait, do we even have medicine left? I'm so interested to see like where like this quest is gonna go. Just being like, because again, it's not like it's like, oh, this is so confusing. Because it's not confusing. Like, it's a very interesting quest about like, you know, meeting people who want to like start up like the institute again, that are fine, you know, and a reporter that like wants to get more information on like the actual institute as well. What's this? I'll take that. Okay. And like, but like the information we're gonna get is great, right? But I actually am kind of like interested in these characters and where they're gonna go like right from the start, just because like they don't like really like, you know, it's not like they're adorable, it's not like they're cute, it's not like we really love them from the start. They're just like a very like passive aggressive people that like have some big hang-ups about the institute in one way or another, you know? I'm super interested to see where this goes. I love it's legit one of my favorite moves ever. The Kave move, by the way. Oh man! Again, even though I know this is all destroyed, this is Marianne Memorial Park. But there might have been some Priorassus to survive the blast. So this is like one of the first places with the shockwaves. Copies of the scene were just toss them, they won't be useful, of course. Financial reports from the research institute, but looking at the year, long on a date. Best takeaways of practice might be useful. Holy hell, look at that in the distance, are you kidding me? Look at it, it looks like a freaking like with the lighting, it looks like a freaking dungeon, man. How far away is that? I have to go there at some point, we have to. It's so pretty. And obviously, like, the mention of Elaine as well, now Marianne, is also, like, to me, so interesting. Let's unlock this. The music's so good. I don't think I have enough, holy freaking hell. It's a lot bigger than I thought. Well, actually, it's not as big as, like, say, Sumeru is, right? Like, in terms of, like, how, like, freaking chunky Sumeru was, right? Sumeru is chunky as heck. But it's still like bigger than I thought it was going to be. I don't think we have enough of these to do this. Yeah, we have 13. Miniaturized personal recording device. Experimental research not bad. Meloded with how you see this. You all know. Okay, like a gramophone. These machines are broken up to just detritus now. Leave them be. Okie doke. So this is Marianne Memorial Park. Oh, this stuff as well. Very proud creatures, those seahorse creatures over there. They always look so interesting to me. Look at them. Oh, over here. The water's so crystal clear in Fontaine. It's insane. The storage drums? Okay. I guess I will remove their more, yeah. So the text goes by so fast. It's like continually one of my, like, again, whenever I critique anything in Genshin, I feel like I'm like, you know, totally fair. In fact, sometimes people don't even realize I might be critiquing something because I try to be as fair as possible every single time that I critique anything in Genshin or anything in any game. It's just the one thing where I'm just like, man, I wish they would change it for future world quests. It's just the text that goes by on the bottom. It's just one thing. I'm just like, man, it just goes by too fast. And for people that actually like to read it, it's like, you know, I've gone from reading it out loud to reading the gist of it and then like repeating it to you guys because that's the best way I can do it. Because it's just not, it doesn't work. All right, there seems to be not really anything of value here. It's time to move on. Beautiful flowers. Oh my god. A researcher who once worked together with Edwin Eastinghouse is now kicking storage drums around in a junk heap. She's writing that down? Meanwhile, the Fontaine research student still complains. Wait, hold on. The way these researchers are going about things is truly unfathomable. Everybody's worth reflected in different ways, and kicking storage drums is my way of doing things these days. That's like, again, the passive aggression is turning maybe to a bit of aggression. Because from her perspective, she's like, hey, look what they've been reduced to, kicking storage zones. He's like, look, every single type of research is like, you know, and everyone's worth his respect. I actually agree that everyone's worth his respect in different ways, and like kicking the storage drums, if that's important to him, I'm like totally on his side with this. But I've heard prior to Edwin's big screw up that you had quite some sway in the Institute. Some might even say that you were second to only Edwin himself. Wow. You were that high up? You were that powerful? That's insane. That no longer means anything. Now I'm merely someone who was fortunate to survive this project. I'm one of the culprits who turned the central laboratory into what it is today. This is the only information I could offer you, Miss Crowley. Well, I believe that was plenty. Let me write that down, huh? Where's my pen and notebook? My whole bag disappeared? What? I put it right next to a strange-looking mecha. Now where did it go? Wait, what happened? You mean the one Oh my god! Crowley, look out! Get out of the way! With the somber music, it makes it terrifying.
Everyone hold hands.
Okay, he used to be second to Edwin, which means obviously, like, you know, the meaning behind like why this means so much to him. Obviously, it means so much to me, like, anyway, because we've seen like how much it means to these guys, right? Like, we get that for sure. But it means even more than we thought. Like, you know, he was like very high up. Like, he would have been like in the trenches, man. Like, he knows a lot.
Go, Barbara, go.
And I do like, in a way, like, you know, we're probably gonna find out where, you know, what they did and how they ended up in this situation and why they ended up in this situation. But like, I will say that like I do, for now, really like the idea where it's like everyone's worth is, you know, different. Everyone has a different, you know, value in life. And I always say this as well, like with Genshin characters as well. I never like base anything off usefulness at all. It's actually like one of my favorite things to base things off is like usefulness, especially in like a game where it's like, oh, like, you know, this person's useless, and it's like, okay, like they didn't do anything for the quest, and it's like, okay, but I still like them. You know what I mean? I still like them. It doesn't matter to me if they're useless. In fact, I don't actually, like, if I'm being honest, like it's not something I even think about. So I always like think that, like, you know, your worth shouldn't be based on how useful you are to some situation all the time. Let's hurry up to the Institute, and Wanderer needs to participate in the final qualification review after all. Okay, the final qualification review. If you get what I'm saying, like, I'm not like someone who, like, it's in real life and in games. Obviously, like, you know, if you're in a zombie apocalypse, do whatever you want. None of my business. If you're in one of those right now, do what you need to do. I just, like, don't like basing characters off, like, their usefulness. Yeah, that makes him, like, damn. Oh my god, we're gonna pass up the, well, we can walk on it anyway. Whereabouts are we going to? Over here? We are. Oh my god, this place is taking us like so many different places. Are you kidding me? What an exploration. But yeah, this makes his character like so much more, like, even more interesting than I thought. Because at first, like, I thought he was just like a someone who like was a super fan of the Institute. But no, he's probably someone who cared about the Institute quite a bit. Like, I mean, if he was that high up in the Institute, he probably cared about it to the point, you know, he was working on it all the time. Oh my god. Ah! This is me platforming in platforming games. You get what I'm saying? Like, if he's someone who cared about it all... Look at Kaveh, look, so beautiful. He probably cared about it all the freaking time. Oh my god, look at this too. And so much as well. Stunning. Stunning. This is the exact area I wanted to go over to. Are you kidding me? Is it actually there? It is. It's the exact area I wanted to go to. You're joking. Awesome. So awesome. Wait, there's an area from this water block over here. Yeah, no, the music is just stunning as well. I think it's such a good dynamic as well to have like a tight-lipped person who used to work with Edwin, right? A tight-lipped person who used to work with Edwin, who was also, you know, mentioned as a joke by Risley, by the way, and a reporter from the Steambird. As we know, the Steambird, they work hard. They work hard to get their information. I want to see, can we get into this water block over here? Oh, some mechas.
Everyone hold hands. Witness the power of Gugwa.
Sight clear. Scanning.
Yeah, like again, he's not even fully up with his DPS. Like he's gonna, like I think he's gonna do really well with his DPS at some point. I think he's gonna be fantastic with his DPS at some point.
Feast your eyes.
Well, we wanted to have stuff out there as well, but
I see everything. Come on, we can.
yeah, I think he's gonna be more than great. Obviously, there we don't want to do that without like
No, my
cores
soul.
there.
Come at me.
But yeah, I think he's gonna do more than great. I really do.
Everyone hold hands.
And like again, the factor that matters most of all when I'm picking like which character I want to like play as here. I keep meaning to do Zing Show's one, but I always do Anahida's. I think I'm just used to like pressing up on the thing before I do something like that.
This is incredible. No, extraordinary.
There's an edit coming tomorrow, by the way, a video coming tomorrow that was supposed to come out today, and I can't get over how good this looks. But what was going to watch? The reason why we changed it to when I say we, I mean me. I always say we, but I say we as in like we're changing it, guys. We're changing it. I don't have a team. It's me. The reason why I changed it, or we are going to change it, is because like there was a crazy mishap that happened, but I was able to like fix it. But holy hell, it took a long time, and you'll hear all about it tomorrow. You're actually going to be kind of like, I think some of you will be like, why would you even put yourself through that? I think some people are going to be kind of confused as to what it even happened,
Breaking new ground.
which is fine as well. But I think at the end it'll be okay. I think in the end it'll be okay.
Sight clear.
I think we're okay with banning like turning me to ice, right?
Witness the power of Gugwa. Everyone hold hands. Ready, steady, go. I'll protect us.
Scanning. Come at me.
Nice, very nice.
What a lucky find.
Yeah, I love
That's
architecture
made your
like
day.
this. I genuinely do. Like, and I know it's like weird to say like, you know, I love broken down architecture, because then it's like, you know, you have to like actually break it down afterwards. But like, it's just something that I've always like loved in video games. It's like the idea of like, oh my god, look at this! Like, look at this piece of architecture. It's completely broken down. It looks so desolate. It looks like I shouldn't be here. I've said that from the start of this game as well. I love architecture. I love buildings. I love areas where it seems like I shouldn't be there. It is like my favorite thing in the world. Oh, I did see the waterfall in the distance. I like the buildings we've already been in the distance too. We started from over there. Like, that's what's so good about Genshin, is that you can see it in the distance. So it is just a water block you can swim in. Are you kidding? That is so freaking neat. I love that. I love that. Okay, we're going to be going on with the world quest today, but like, that's really cool. Can we go to the top? Probably. We can just very much go to the top. Enter. To where? To this other block over here? This is so freaking cool. I think, oh my god, the little man-made structures in this as well. And I'm guessing the little bubbles are going to continually send us to new places. That's awesome. I don't need to fight a water slime right now. That water slime can live. What a great view. And then like the city of Fontaine as well. Such a great view too. Why did we get here? I wonder why they sent us here. Oh, enter. What are we gonna find here? It's just so pretty, like such a freaking great mechanic.
Hey,
Scanning. Two.
You can get off, come on. I would have
Come at
fallen.
me.
Just be nice to me.
I will literally die. No, just be nice. I will literally die.
See, you could have fallen into the water. You could have been one with the water forever. It's literally not my problem if you don't know when someone's trying to help you. Believe it or not, it's not my problem. Believe it or not my issue, buddy. Believe it or not. I can't get over how cool this is. Like, we are submerged in a water block that we are swimming in the air. I'm just like seeing Fontaine all around us as we're swimming around this block. Oh, we can probably just transfer into here, yeah. Oh, hello. Throw a hat-shaped bomb that explodes at your command. What? Okay. Sure. I'll take it. So, we need to go, oh, here, right? Oh my freaking god, that is so neat. This is so neat. Fontaine is magical, man. Fontaine is such a freaking magical place. Approaching... What? What do you mean? What do you mean? Is it, am I not allowed to go towards the edge? Is this a bad thing? Oh, they're probably trying to show us, like, just in case we fall in. They're actually just literally just being nice. Did that not work? What do we have to do here? Maybe we go up top? Maybe I don't know what I don't know what I was doing wrong there. So I know you have to use that to hit it, but maybe I was just doing the wrong thing again. Again, I'm kind of prone to like you know, exploring more in movement than in just doing puzzles. Holy freaking hell! What? Central Laboratory runes? No, there's no. We're coming back here later. There's no way in hell that they... No. They're definitely going to make us go here as well, guys, if this is about the laboratory. And if not, we'll come back here at the end anyway. Like, I have no problem doing that. Or even come back later. Like, I'm sorry. And again, I will come back here. I will come back here. Do you hear the music? It's just my thought process. And we can get back up there in 2 seconds. Oh my god, it was so easy to get back up there. But you get my thought process, right? Where it's like... There's no doubt in my mind that if that they're going to bring us there if it's the central laboratory. And now we just have to head back over here to the other area that we wanted to see for a while as well. I'm super excited to see what this is though, or like at least see the inside of this place. I know it's all just like the research institute and like that's what it is. Like you see all the library stuff here and things like this. It's kind of like, I love the way like broken down buildings like will still tell a story about an area. You know, and how you can see like the remnants of something. There's like a castle in Ireland that it's a bit far away from me, but like it blew up. It blew up because someone was working on like different like explosives and stuff like this. And you can still see it there, and like, you know, that's what people say. It's like, yeah, while it's like, you know, it's not there anymore and you can't like go inside all the rooms, it's just one wall. That one wall tells more of a story than it would have had 4 walls, you know? We can see the explosion. Oh my god, this is like almost fully active. And you guys just sat down now, you weren't doing no work. Oh my, it's like nearly fully active. Holy hell, there's so many people here. Very cool. Raimondo could do nothing wrong here, right? Sorry, nothing could go wrong here, right?
Everything is running according to the set orbit, Shossel. Round and round it goes without any errors.
Error-free everything might be, but I'm just worried about getting dizzy.
Mr. Shossel, Mr. Raimondo.
Ah, Nacker. It's great to see you. Have you taken care of those survey anchors?
I trust that you've done as you always have. Complete your task to perfection. Okay, so he's perfectionist. I have. Allow me to give you a brief report. With Wander's assistance, the anchor was successfully retrieved without any equipment.
That's unbelievable. You were able to retrieve one without any use of instruments? Goodness. Thank heavens. The entire institute right now has only 3 complete sets of such equipment, and I was honestly worried as how it might retrieve the anchors as soon as possible.
I didn't really do anything special. It was nothing compared to the things I've been through. I would say that. We'll say this. Yeah, I feel like it's just any other commission that we've done. 100%. 100%.
No. For you have to retrieve an anchor that and all is special enough as is.
Is there any critical data in the anchor, Mr. Shossel?
Of course not.
The music is crazy in Fontaine.
Some insignificant data, Miss Coroni.
I agree with you. After all, there's no way for insignificant data to radiate with harmful Arkhium energy flows, is there?
Energy flow? I mean, of course, it's necessary. It must exist as technological means of preserving the...
What I'd really like to know is why is the Fontaine Research Institute would place these survey anchors to monitor the Arkhium energy flow after the explosion?
That's an interesting question. Certainly, obviously, these anchors are used for monitoring.
Miss Crony talks so fast.
A dendro slime on fire, dendro slime on fire sounds really funny.
Allow me to be more specific. How exactly is the Fontaine Research Institute planning to deal with the explosion?
Yes, I was just about to answer that question. This is an excellent question to ask, as many people are concerned about it.
Miss Crony, I'm also delighted you come to visit again, but I must stress on behalf of Mr. Chozo that the Institute has never changed the solution to the explosion. Once we've recovered all the retrievable research assets at the old site, we will demolish the old central laboratory and do our best to restore the area's natural environment to its original state. By central laboratory, you mean that building floating in the air? How are you going to demolish a building like that? Blow it up just like before, shoot it down with a cannon? Of course, we shan't be using such crude and simple solutions. This demolition will utilize our newly researched experimental field generator. The device can deactivate the gravity-altering field that surrounds the Institute's ruins and land them on the ground safely. Whoa. But wasn't this device also within the said rooms? Wasn't it also a work of Edwin Easinghouse that used Arkhium energy as his energy source? So she's saying like, well, this guy already blew up this place and you're going to use something made by him as well? So basically what you're saying, the Fontaine Institute is still unwilling to give up its harmless Arkhium project. Oh my god, Crony. I think they're not giving it up so easily. You've been keeping up what she's saying? No, but just read her last sentence. I love the Paimon and like Wander this whole episode have been like, let's just like go with the flow. Let them figure it out. We'll just go along with it. But I think what she's saying is like, it's actually she's being a really good reporter here. Like she's not letting anything go. And there's also that element of like, hey, like you said that like, you know, you're going to be dealing with this explosion, but you're still working with, even after like he's not here. Even after he did this explosion, even after he's no longer working on experiments, you are still using Easinghouse's, Edwin Easinghouse's work. You're still working with him. You're still working with the Arkhium energy. You're not willing to let this go. I think she's actually like a really like, for what a reporter is supposed to be, like someone who doesn't let anything go, someone that doesn't let anything get away with anything. I think that's actually like very good. Hey, you doing this to pretend you understand what's going on? Paimon, honestly, we gotta go with the flow. Anyways, the Fontaine Research is still trying to do dangerous stuff in dangerous ways, right? A great summary, Miss Paimon.
If we're discussing uncontrolled risks, well, even walking on the road may be dangerous. All you know that the energy source we're using is completely new and stable tri-state Arkhium.
How is it different from normal Arkhium? Does the new world word in front of it mean anything? This seems to be like a purely rhetorical maneuver. Again, she's good at this. She is really good at this. Don't let it go. She's not letting anything go.
I'm sure Mr. Schultz will be happy to have an in-depth conversation with you about grammar. But I've left Mr. Nacker hanging on for too long, and it's really just impolite. They're very good at like pushing things away. Mr. Nacker, I trust that you've done everything I have asked. With Wander's help, everything couldn't have gone better. This adventure came from recruitment? Nacker recounts to Raimondo everything that happened, emphasizing the amazing talent you displayed when retrieving the survey anchor. He also briefly touches on Crony's ironclad professionalism as well as the severe vomiting reaction she had. From the joking look on Knacker's face, there seems to be no ill intent in his jest about the committed reporter, or so you assume. So he does think that she's amazing. He does think that she actually works very hard, which is really cool to see.
That is rare. Extremely rare. I'm delighted you're applying for work at the Institute, Wonder. After hundreds of years of bad luck, we're finally catching a break. I'm confident that you'll be of great help to us.
Here are the documents I signed. I can't believe we just signed up for this and didn't read any of the documents.
Leave them over here. Don't worry about them. Aren't you going to take a look at them? We spent ages on them, and Mr. Dennis also took them very seriously.
These documents have their uses. They certainly help us weed out idiots out, at least. As for you, Ever, I believe that your good qualities are far beyond what they can summarize, so let's leave them alone for now.
So you say we pass the review?
Without a doubt, yes. I will personally prepare the contract and notice that you'll need to sign to follow up work. Until then, Mr. Nacker? Yes. While Corona appears to have been a discussion about energy safety with Mr. Shozel, how about you take one and retrieve the last 2 survey anchors? The energy flow control operations are nearing completion. All the steps to compile the data. Oh well, at least it's under control.
Are you guys heading somewhere else? I'll come along too.
The reporter lady sure has pretty good ears. Yes, she's very good at her job. She is fantastic. Yeah.
What should we do now, Rimondo?
Do you think, what do we do now, Rimondo? Do you think that we can convince the journalist, Tri-State Arkhium? I have always felt the name would bring us trouble.
Joseph, do you think that the name is not up to current grammatical standards and that people will criticize it for being superficial?
No, Tri-State Arkhium may be different from the Arkhium name, but it looks exactly the same no matter how no one looks at it.
This is not a problem, as the internal structure is indeed different. The difference between it and Arkhium is like good guys and bad guys. They're both people, but very different in society.
Oh, Raimondo, people never bother to tell good guys from the bad guys, much less the nature of a piece of a rock. Point? I think he makes a good point. They'll just say that this rock looks like Arkhium, and it works like Arkhium, so why isn't it called Arkhium?
Relax, Joshel. I've already prepared the explanation script.
Keep listening, yeah.
See? The energy source that drives the experimental field generator is not Arkhium, but a new one called Tri-State Arkhium. This type of ore is an inert variant of Arkhium that was once created through a special transformation process. After entering all new silent excitement state, it is much more stable than the original excited state.
This won't do. They'll just say that we're doing some kind of rhetorical trick.
This rhetoric is also based on a strict academic classification. All in all, you will witness its excellence after the display.
But it certainly won't be able to satisfy the group of reporters.
They can never be satisfied, Mr. Chosel. All we need to do is put on display, that's all.
So, what's interesting to me about the conversation is that, like, it doesn't seem like, oh, so these are the questions we're doing, okay. What seems to me is that it doesn't seem to me like the question really is about, to me, oh, look at this anyway. Like, it doesn't seem like the question to me that they're having there is about, like, are we going to use Arkhium anymore? It's about the use of the name of Arkhium. And I feel like one of the things that, like, that they're making a really good point from this is, from Schultz's perspective, is like, if you have a product that was very dangerous, right? If you have a product that was very, very dangerous for certain things, let's say it was a bike and it's called the Newman Bike. Newman Bike, coming into town. Ride your Newman Bike all over the place, And the Newman Bike, was breaking up everywhere, right? It was constantly breaking, and like people were getting injured. Coming out with a new type of thing they're using now, and calling it like the extreme Newman Bike. It's like, okay, come on now. Like, the trust is a little bit lost, right? And so renaming it completely might be a good idea to like make it. And again, I think a product versus like an experimental usage of something is probably a little bit different in the way that we're going to be talking about this. So maybe a bike is probably a bad example. But I guess like just looking at like just like without even using an analogy, they're using something that like caused a lot of problems that is leaving energy behind that made a reporter slightly sick, at least in a sense. Oh my god, the rolling fields. I freaking love these hills so much. This music is so freaking good. I'm not joking when I say this. This? You hear this? So insane. This is what I'm listening to right now. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. My favorite overworld music of all time is in Near Replicant. The overall music in that is, oh my god, look! It's a near replicant. It's my favorite overworld music of all time. But this right here, I genuinely think it's a number 2. Holy hell. To have overworld music that is not afraid to do this, to sound like this, that's not afraid to get a little bit softer, that makes you feel a little bit of emotion as you're moving forward. This is a top 10, at least top 2. It's good. Oh my god, it's so good. It's so freaking glorious. It's so glorious. Let's head down here as well. Yeah, that music was absolutely fantastic, guys. Instantly a... Oh, Fatui members! Oh god! Oh god! Instantly a top, just be nuts. Instantly a freaking, top 2 favorite overworld songs of all time for me. Like, and I'm a big fan of like overworld songs that aren't just like again, because like, you know, you look at like, you know, if I look at my favorite overworld songs, I'll be here forever, you know what I mean? Like, and I'm talking overworld songs that like, you know, play as you're going exploring the overworld. And there's so many amazing ones out there, like, you know, that we're definitely not going to get a good job at defeating this guy. But we will get a good job in defeating this guy. You know, the example I was giving, you know, if you play Dragon Quest XI, you know exactly what like a good world music build-up is and all this stuff. And you know, Final Fantasy usually has amazing world music. Again, Near Replicant is my favorite overworld music of all time.
Come at me.
I absolutely adore Near Replicant's overworld music. It's fantastic. Do you want to stop? You okay? I don't want to stop. I'm pushing to the limits. Okay. Baby metal fan over here. How are we going to do this with this guy, with this team? It's very, very interesting because, like again, he has instant aim and he has, like, you know, this very flexible arm. So I'm wondering how we're going to actually, like, get this done.
Let me weave you a verse. Rain outlines your...
Because we can't do that.
Breaking new ground. Sight clear.
It's going to be a struggle. And of course, as I said, they have like perfect arm rotation. I mean, even with like we can't break down his shield because of our team, right? For sure. But like, even with that, I feel like we've done like not a bad job, you know? I feel like there's like plenty of other times I could have done a way worse job with this stuff.
Sight clear. Watch and learn.
Like, I think you guys would agree. I think there's a million one other times I could have done a way worse job with that, especially with like not many abilities to bring down his stuff here. His shield. Can we access this or no? What's going on here? And I think to have a good, like, again, a good overworld music is not to me just like a good song. You know what I mean? Like, because to me, like, it's like it has to be like something you could listen to as you're going along your journeys. It has to be a good overworld song is something you could listen to a million times and not get sick of it. That's what makes a good overworld song for me. I wonder if it's this challenge over here. Do you think? We're actually gonna have to click a challenge, guys. Blow up barrel? What? We have no archer. Does Nahida count? No, we have no archer. Let's change our team to like someone with an archer. Maybe we could possibly do that. Let's see. Sayu sleep. Oh wait, we have girls get him. Yeah. And our team we wanting to use a bit as well. Okay. We don't have to set up the charge here, so we have to realize that. I don't know if I'm gonna get this in 20 seconds. How many do we have left? We have 10 seconds left. We got this. Yes. Okay, so that wasn't it. I'm not sure how to activate this then, but we'll take the challenge anyway. This is the first challenge we've done in a while. Like, we'll take it. I'll take it, I suppose. And actually, Girls Get 'Em is another team I definitely love using too. Another team I came up with that I really like. And we actually didn't get to use Girl Get 'Em. We've used Girls Get 'Em for a bit as well. Especially if we run into more Fatui members. Okay, so where are we heading? We're heading towards right down here. To this door? Oh, here. Where? Through the wall? Ah, here's another one of these things. Is this where the researchers spent their downtime? Is this even humane? Has the Fontaine Research Institute ever considered making renovating this place a priority? There should be a survey anchor here. Just like Miss Corrine implied, this place needs renovation, and the power supply here is very limited, or perhaps I should say, it's a complete shortage. While I'm answering Miss Corrine's questions, I'll leave the job of recovering the survey anchor to you, Wonder. Sure, no problem. These are actually fun puzzles. At first they were kind of confusing, but now they're quite fun. So maybe we can't actually do it until we... Okay, here's the place over here. Okay, so we have to take away this. We have to activate that from taking away this, so we have to move between spaces. Maybe not here. Maybe through here. Maybe block. Boost a block. For what? I wonder what this Usa block is for. We can't just hit this, can we? Oh, we can. We very much can. Okay, then activate this. Okay, fair enough. I didn't know that. And we can pick up this and place this somewhere. Maybe here. So we can like then activate this with the another block and like make it the power come back to it. Is that right? No? I thought maybe that's what we do here. Oh, wait a second. What if we take the power from here and then maybe... Oh, and then maybe put it into this block here like that? Would that work? What you think? So if I put this over here and we take the power from that block that's already taken, right? And we put it into this block here and then we move that block, that could work out. That could work out for sure for us. And then put it here. Yes, very cool. I love that. That's awesome. Activate? Why would we activate this? So if we go here, it changes the camera vantage point. He erased the formula for purifying...
I created another universe and founded paradise.
Yeah.
For I, Fischl, am the Prinzessin der Verirrten.
You sure are. Fischl will always let her speak. Let her speak, I say. Let her speak. Why am I not surprised? He even erased the formula for purifying solvent butor left behind. Thanks to him, all of our project funding requests have been rejected. Guess it's time to kiss my bright futures goodbye. Not only is there no place for traditional clockwork mecha research in Fontaine Research Institute, there's no place for me as well. I should probably try to secure a job at the Fortress of Meripede.
May the glory
I'm sure
of the Prinzessin bring light to this world.
Yes. I'm just kidding, there's no way of I'm going there. I heard there aren't enough even windows there. I've decided to do something out of the goodness of my heart, although Butor is no longer here. I've recreated the formula for the purifying solvent based on the information he left behind. I'll record the formula here so anyone who sees...
another universe and founded paradise. For I, Fischl, am the Prinzessin der Verirrten.
There's no way I'm interrupting Fischl ever. I'm sorry. And everybody to use it, create a solvent to erase the nonsense that Taylor wrote. The formula is as follows. The text below has been removed. Okay, so it's just to see this information here. Awesome. Oh, we're just going to the next location. That's very interesting, because usually like they'll talk about a place for a bit afterwards. Yeah, there's no way I'd ever interrupt official. Oh, more Fatui members. Yeah. Let's go over and say hi to them.
Boba, get them!
Shouldn't get careless.
I love this. This move is so much fun.
I'm out of here!
And then yeah, what the appeal of this to me was like
Come,
this,
sever
right?
night from day.
And it's legit like something that like you can see is kind of like very silly, but I love this, the double spin. That was the appeal of this whole team to me. The double spin.
This is it.
I love it. With Oz going off in the background as well, it's just so good to me.
Mission accomplished.
It's so good. Okay, let's head over here then.
Now,
You can go to sleep whenever you want, Sayu. Meet my ski, am I right? Like, this team is so super fun to me. I have a blast with it.
come on out!
We have that,
Oz,
Bit of
reveal
Oz.
thyself.
and then we spin. I love it so much! It's so freaking good.
Nice and spicy. Huh?
And then we have the fire spin as well. With Oz, this would be pretty great.
And away I go. I feel kind of loose. By
It's okay.
Barbados.
We got this.
Guide us.
Got a little bit of swirl going on.
Boba, get them.
Like, see what I mean? It's so freaking neat. I love it. I love it so much. Oh, there was a chest there? Was there? I think there was a chest to start with. There must be, right? No, maybe not. Maybe it's just some enemies there. So gorgeous. Oh my god. Wait. Hello?
Please appreciate my success.
Oh, wait.
Let's move. There's this.
Eat this. Ninjutsu.
Shouldn't get careless.
Let's just go around this, go around in a circle. Don't even worry about anything that's happening. Really cool design this anyway. I think we met them before. I think in Fontaine we met them already.
Can't catch me.
I think in a previous episode as well.
Nice and spicy.
And then we have the Sayu spin again. So good! Like honestly, it's one of those things where like you wouldn't even know what's happening. That's why I love these girls. They're so chaotic. And then Jean is like just reins them in a bit, you know? Jean's like, okay girls, come on. Take your medicine. This is an incredible design for an enemy as well.
Oz, reveal thyself.
There we go.
Destiny brought me hither.
Hither. How about auto to the items? That'd be great. That'd be great. How about just let me pick up the items there, game? How about that?
By royal decree.
Like, and honestly, like, it's one of those things that, like, literally, once again, my bad.
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
And I find that happens a lot with any game, like, you can play, and maybe, like, you know, like, I think sometimes people disagree with this.
Subordinate.
Okay, guys, calm down a bit, okay? Let me just get a little bit of healing with Jean, okay? Calm down a bit. Y'all a bit aggressive. You're literally trying to kill it. I'm trying to kill you guys? We're literally just living here. We were here first. Hold on a second now. Hold on a second here now. We literally were just hanging out here, doing nothing. You came up and started killing us. That's not the course of events that I heard. Okay, so what's your side of the story?
Ninjutsu.
My side of the story is...
Get them.
Shut up.
And away I go.
Okay. That's your side of the story. Shut up.
Oz, reveal thyself.
I'm just saying, you know, a little bit of shut up goes a long way. I don't know. I feel like you're very rude for no reason.
Make my escape.
These guys are really good at knocking side. Actually, I wonder if putting a shield around. No, it's fine. It's fine. It works
Goodness
out.
gracious.
You all need to hit at the same time Or I'm gonna turn this into a turn-based RPG.
By royal decree.
That's what's gonna happen.
Help! Can't catch me.
There we go. There should be a surveillance here too. I'll open the door and leave the recovery to you, Wonder. Thank you so much. Oh, here. Okay. More. There's so many mechas around here. It's insane, man.
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
Like, they're everywhere. I can't believe that what this is. It's so much fun doing this. And yeah, you can barely see what's happening, but it's so much fun. So if you activate this, again, it's going to be another puzzle we have to do this way as well. So where does this bring us to? We need to, oh, that's where they are. We need to get some juice there. Oh, hold on a second here. There's something here. Is there, can we break down these rocks? Yes, we can. Perfect. Perfect. So we go to here. And then we go to there. No, we need to activate that. So there's something with an USA block here. I'm wondering where we hit that to, though. Oh, maybe we can just literally activate one of these with the block, actually. But how are we going to get to the block? Looks like this is a job for climbing. Okay, so which one do we activate? Do we activate this? Yes. And then we go back to this. And we start by using this one. And we activate, we take this away from it. Then we activate this one. Yeah, I love these little puzzles. These are great. These are great. And then we activate this. Great. Isn't that right, Slave? Absolutely fantastic. Oh, and there's more. It's great. And again, it makes so much freaking sense. I'll take the thank you very much. It makes so much freaking sense to me why there's so many. Oh, wait, we can just return? Oh, there's a chest in here, though. Wait. I'm back.
Wind, hear me.
I was making sure we had healing.
Oz reveal but nice and spicy. Lick my
They're not close. I don't think Gulba was close enough. Oh my god, Sai, so sorry. I thought you were healed a bit, though. They're so, like, yeah, they're so active when, again, they're still very fun to fight. But they're so active, like, with their moves and stuff like that, that, like, sometimes it's hard to get, like, some dodges in and then another move in afterwards, but... Oh my god.
I swear by my sword.
Like, it's sometimes it's just like, hey, just, you know, calm down. No one, it's not a game that's gonna hurt you. Holy hell, the damage do. I think maybe like Sayu just doesn't have enough health. What is happening? You guys need to calm down. You literally came to our house. No, I did not.
No rest
Like,
for the
I think
wicked.
lying is a bit of a problem in my opinion.
Give up.
I think you lying is a bigger problem than me coming into your house. We literally live here. Oh, I'll take this. We can just literally take this chest. Okay, see you, buddy. You literally, you hurt my wife. I gotta do stuff. You literally fought us for no reason. You could've gotten the chest all along. Oh, there's a chest here actually. Wait, what? There's a chest here. You're not gonna show mercy? There ain't no mercy in the world of Genshin. I'm just telling you that much. I played enough Genshin to know that me doing this is the least of your worries going forward. What the hell? Where do you get that from? Okay, listen. I didn't want to have to do this. What are you doing? I'm beating you with one person. What do you mean? I'm beating you with one person. I didn't want to do it. But I had to.
What trinkets lie veiled within this desolate plain?
I agree, Fischl. What trinkets? What trinkets indeed. Imagine we didn't activate that way, that we would have to walk all the way back. Luckily we're gotten used to like activating that stuff. Okay, we got that done.
Mr. Raimundo, the survey anchors have all been retrieved.
Looks like we really got the right person for the job this time. Put them over there, someone will come and handle them.
Now let us get out to business. Come over here, please, Wanda. There are some documents you'll need to sign.
Again? They're so thick, why are there so many documents?
Because no matter how one looks at it, escorting a researcher into the ruins of the Fontaine Research Institute, when landing said ruins shall we...
We're doing that?
And since it's such an important matter, it's only natural for us to explain every detail to the one carrying out the work. Who am I escorting?
That'd be Mr. Nacker, of course.
Across the entire institute, there'd be no one better suited to him to deal with the central laboratory ruins. I request to accompany you, Mr. Nacker.
Your boots are freaking so beautiful. I can't even notice it now, Corinne. Oh my god. What? I think she's come with us. Sorry.
This is a terrific proposal. Shows that you forget that we mentioned when we came up with the plan. We must keep the public informed about the rebuilding of the institute.
Yes. Actually, you know what's actually pretty good from Raimundo's perspective, because I forgot to mention this part of it. He wants people to know for sure that it's a different thing. That is a different thing.
That's right. The new Fontaine researcher has nothing to hide. Anyone made us some mistakes, but we're a bit past that now. Please go report on it. Go to the ruins of the Institute and see the mistakes Edward and Eastinghouse made. Looking back, the Institute now is just what we've been working on towards. The cause we stand for. But allow me to emphasize once again that...
And here we go again. Paimon's about to fall asleep. Maybe you should call me after you're done talking. This doesn't have anything to do with us. It's a good time for a break anyway. I adore...
No, it's important business, so please come this way.
I absolutely adore that Paimon and Wanda are taking this is just a job approach this time. You finished signing them for, this time.
Alright, that should be all. Thank you, Wanda. You are now an externally contracted assistant researcher for the Fontaine Research Institute.
What about Paimon? Does Paimon get any title?
You're my important assistant, Paimon. You're my companion. You're my boss.
Assistant? That just doesn't sound cool. You are my boss.
Don't worry, assistants play absolutely critical roles within the Institute.
But let's get back to business, shall we? Things right now in the Institute are rather complicated. The matters you'll be dealing with are also urgent, so please I won't keep you for much longer.
While you're on the way, Mr. Nacker will inform you some things to note as well, what you will actually need to do. The rest's up to you now. A lot rests on your shoulders, Mr. Nacker.
Well then, please follow me, Wanda. We must get to the ruins.
Sure.
Don't forget me. Yes, and you. How could I possibly forget you?
Okay, so we have to head to the ruins now.
We gotta head to the ruins.
So yeah, it's actually like very smart of, so it's actually exactly where I was going actually. Yeah, it's actually very smart. I did the same thing again. It's actually very smart of the two of them to let a reporter go here. If they have nothing to hide this time and they want things to be better this time around, the best way they can do is expose it to everybody as soon as possible. Like the new way of doing things. I think it's actually such an incredibly smart thing to do. Use the one thing that could be a disadvantage in the past, which is people, snooping around your research institute and like trying to find things. But if Croni's able to find that, I said Corinne, maybe it is Corinne, I just can't read. If she's able to find the fact that like there's nothing bad here, but then also finds that they're making solutions to the explosion, but also finds as well that they were so open to having her come here, that's all written in the report. You know what I mean? That's all written there. And that's going to look really good on them. It's so pretty, this thing.
Come on, Wanda, Miss Green, this way. So we're going to delve into this patch of water?
Crony. It's Crony, yeah.
That's right. With the help of this gravity condensed water, we can ascend the ruins of the Institute safely and efficiently.
So this thing we've seen from a distance is gravity condensed water.
If you don't wish to do it, then you may also go the opposite bank and glide in from the highest mountain using the wind glider.
Wow! Forget it. I was thinking like, yeah, let's go.
I'm not really used to heights either. Very well. Now, I'll go over a few things. Keep in mind when it comes to allogravity condensed water.
Yes. We used air. We got to basically the top before.
So in a nutshell, the same as swimming or diving.
I feel like this is more flying or diving. Diving in the air will be quite a novelty, yeah.
In that case, please you enjoy the experience for yourself. Is everybody ready? Miss Green, you can still back out now if you'd like and simply wait here for us to return. Board is never back down.
I'll be right behind you guys. I'll try to anyway. Alright then, if you insist, let's get going now. I'm now a bit worried that we didn't talk to those guys, but I'm sure it'll be okay, right? Because last time we talked to them, we did get some really good information. Yeah, let's keep going. Let's keep going for now. Start the challenge. What challenge? Ah! That's like the worst fear ever. Being underwater and then like there's like a casing over the water. Man, that'd be terrifying. I am like, I mentioned before, like I have a big fear of the underwater. This is gorgeous. And seeing, you can still see the tree made in Sumeru in the distance. I'm a big fan of look at Sumeru's underwater in terms of like how pretty it is and how like the absence of fear there as well. Someone even said in the comments, and like, you know, point yourself out for sure, that like, look at this, look what we're entering into. They were saying that like that I had a big fear of underwater, so they were very like worried about how I was going to feel about this, but then like they also said to themselves, well, no, he's played Subnautica. There's no way in hell that Calvin's going to be afraid of these underwater areas. There's been some stuff that's like a bit weird and like a bit creepy, but I think beyond that, it's been fine. Playing Subnautica, like, I don't know if I'll ever be afraid of like anything in any other game with the underwater again. Just being completely honest with you guys. And that's not an insult to like how like, you know, because I'm sure there's some stuff in this game that's going to be scary. If you remember when I played Banjo-Kazooie, there was an underwater eel that I was terrified of. There was also an underwater eel in Mario Galaxy, or Sunshine, sorry, that I was absolutely terrified of. So like, and then my first time I realized I was afraid of the underwater in games, is that one up there, was legitimately when I played Shadow of the Colossus. And there's technically, I guess you could say there's technically like a few, there's one main water, Colossus. Oh, you can see the edge of the waterfall from here too. It's so pretty. But yeah, there's one like Colossus. What is that? You building stuff? Oh my god, platforming in heels. Okay, we have to stay calm if we're able to get this, guys. I'm sorry, we have to stay calm. This is terrifying. But yeah, I was afraid of those parts of the I was afraid of that Colossus so much that like I remember legitimately I had to get someone else to like, oh my god, I'm afraid of heights too. That I had to get someone else to help me out with it. But now I can do it myself. This music's gorgeous. It's too pretty. From here? Thank you, game. Holy hell, look at it from here and all the stuff attached to it. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Beautiful. I get also comments on these World Quest videos that say thank you for doing the World Quests. And I want to say that like I genuinely like, do appreciate all thank yous, right? I genuinely do appreciate all because like to me like it's the same thing like I said it a million times before. Like I had before like
Barbados.
you know, people would be like, oh I want to ask is sorry to bother you, but could you play this mission? And to me it's like, man, first of all, people showing interest in me playing a mission is amazing. Like that feels great. But also, like, the fact that people are like, thank you for doing the World Quest is like, man, like, thank you for watching. Are you kidding me? Thank you for paying, like, for paying me mind and, like, coming to do these World Quests with me. I also love this concept as well of trying to make a better world after what happened in the Institute with Edmund. I hope it's all, like, very, very true. Oh, this is the boss that we fought before. Very interesting. What is this large plate? That's an experimental field generator that Mr. Edwin developed. Didn't it already blow up? It looks perfectly fine. Wait, that's the thing that blew up? The thing that exploded wasn't a machine, but the Arkhium that powers its core driver. So the thing we fought was one of the things that blew up in the area? This thing, will it suddenly start moving by itself? Relax, the big guy can't move now. It's lost its power supply. I don't like this angle. But didn't Ramona say we need to use it to make the runes ascend? If it can't move, only part of it will be activated. The Tri-State Arkhium can only support its operation at half speed. But that should be enough to relieve abnormal gravital state in the central laboratory ruins are in. Pam doesn't understand at all. What do you need to do? Please follow me in place please follow me. The place where we need to work is in the back. Mr. Cronies, please stay here. Some areas in the back contain Institute secrets, and you're not allowed to have any exposure to them, so follow us. I see that back of yours here. What secrets could be hidden inside? I have no idea either. That's why you're definitely not allowed inside. What nonsense. Anyway, please wait here. If you take photos randomly, you might capture something related to the Institute's secrets. For example, the formula for the sugar-free berry flavor Fanta. This new Fanta product is quite important to the Institute. If you leak any information of it out to the outside world, you need to undergo a 1-month confidential investigation, and it must report to the Mason Gaston at the Palace Memoria 3 times every day to be questioned. Of course, you need to stop your journalistic work. Oh my god, threatening journalists, man, because that's what it kind of is. I know he's being funny, but like, you know what I mean? Don't worry, even if I take away by the Palace Memoria for questioning, it will only be because I'm uncovering the secrets you're hiding. Yeah, that's a true journalist, man. Even if I'm taken away, I did my job. I won't let myself be forced to stop work for a reason absurd as leaking some Fanta. Oh my god, Crony, I love her. That's what you do. I admire your work ethic. I hope everything goes well in your photo taking. Wanda, let's go. There's still some work for us to do. Fantastic. Oh my god, look at you taking the photo. What was Nacker doing? I have to head over here in the back. I just want to take a look over here. Oh, man. That's where it started. Like, oh my god. I love to put a tarp up as well. That's pretty cool. This is such a gorgeous location. Such a pretty location. I really admire... I admire Crony. And it reminds me of Charlotte as well because it is like a... Oh, is that already activated? Oh, very cool. Wait, for real? It's literally just like... Hold on a second here. It is so sick. Thank you. I think they just didn't want us to like not. Oh my god, what is this? Like, what in the? It looks like it's almost like a forbidden tower, right? But like it's actually like a former institute. Oh my god, this is gonna be insane. Okay, let's start with this. Go with this. Get these dogs out of the way as soon as possible. The easiest ones to fight for sure. Oh, get in the water. Get in the water. Get in the water. What a guy. Sometimes I really don't get why the Institute had to design the support clockwork mecha to look like humans. Okay, interesting. Just from the perspective of supporting research, hands and feet are far worse for tracking a multifunctional clockwork mecha's apertures. What is this rock? I think it's an interesting topic to bring up, for sure. Oh, this is the Arkhium that supplies the energy to the experimental field generator. That's it? What was strange is the energy supply device created by Mr. Edwin. See here, this circuit connects to the generator. Of all the inert Arkhium we found, this one was the best in terms of purity and stability. And then boom it went. Yep. I love Wanderer and Paimon are great this mission. They're just like, hey, we signed up for this mission. It's in a way it's their most official mission yet because they actually signed a contract for this that like binds them to this. And they're like taking the mission like, you know, like obviously like they're like, it's almost like we're like outsiders to this mission, you know, they're like, oh, okay, boom it went, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's actually a very interesting take from, they're a lot more comedic this time around, I think, you know, even though they are always funny. That came down to Mr. Edwin. I trusted it wasn't the cause, or at least it shouldn't take all the blame. Whoa, it's not going to blow up again is a good question. I'm wondering if my screen is flickering. Sorry guys. This is a weird thing to stop a video for. When that happens, let's jump into the waters below. Yeah. I'm gonna need you to take the disguise palm. Sorry, I was just checking if it was flickering or not. Jumping into the water from a high place is going to hurt when we, you know, splash. It will. Paimon's very right, but I think the answers are very funny anyway. It would still hurt. You have to land completely straight. Worst case scenario, Paimon will tug on your clothes and help absorb the impact. Don't worry now that Mr. Edwin's not around. We're completely safe. Alright, I'm about to use Ramindo's catalyst to transform this Arkhium into Tri-State Arkhium and activate that big fellow outside. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry that I'm getting sidetracked here. Is something happening around here that's flickering? Am I seeing things? Have I played so much Genshin that I'm... Maybe it's just a scene? Then we run to safely. I'll have to check the recording as well. Could you please help me take some photos in the area? I need to use them as evidence for my work. Didn't you just say taking photos wasn't allowed? It's fine. These will be used for referencing issues and won't be disturbed. I asked you secretly to keep a few for yourself, which I trust you won't do. Alright, when you're taking photos, please look for Miss Crony while doing so. I've got no idea where she's run off to, or where she's hiding. I really don't want to start the generator only to suddenly find a lady tossed into midair, I suppose. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Like, I guess we'll take the photo. Good angle. It could have been a glitch in the game. Not in a bad way. What might have happened is because we pushed it. The only thing I'm estimating is because we pushed the mecha into the water. Maybe the second that the cutscene happened, he was still dying, and it was showing. Because again, it looked like I don't know. Maybe you guys didn't even see it. Maybe you guys are like, "What the hell is happening? What are you talking about, Calvin? You're sick. Get some help, please." Because it's not happening now. Unless it's one of those things where, like, you know, when like you blink and you think, that's even worse. I don't even want to think about that. You blink and you think it's flickering. No, let's not think of it that way. Let's just think of it as it was like a weird glitch, or I thought something was flickering. I'll check the recording afterwards. If not, I'm crazy. Yeah, or it's my capture card. My capture card could definitely be that as well. Honestly, I love that I go for all the craziest explanations first. I'm crazy. There was a glitch in the system. Maybe it's my capture card that just is doing a bit of weird thing every once in a while. Like, that sums up me as well. You know, when I do like puzzles in games you guys have seen, I always like do like the hardest solution first. It's like, I'm crazy. The world is going insane. Satan has arrived. Or my capture card could just be like a little bit weird right now, you know? I never go for the real solution first. How suspicious. Hi, Miss Crony. Oh, wonder. You gave me a fright. How are you able to walk around without making any noise? We're actually very good at that. We're very light-footed. You were just too focused. Speaking of it, you followed us all the way here. Have you managed to find anything? Not really, since Mr. Nacker said it all. I don't even want to get into trouble. In the end, all I could take were pictures where the dilapidated houses, broken rocks, and a motionless machine. I bet I'll be able to take photos of a big scoop if I could fly in the air just like you can, Paimon. Why be a reporter if you can fly? I mean, it seems like it's her calling. She loves it. I was born to do this. The reason I exist, you're fantastic at it. I am too very sure that, Miss Crony. Yeah, we found that like he has like a respect for her as well. What? You're also able to walk without making any noise? Oh no. Is this a new technology that the Institute's developed? Unfortunately, we do not teach walking courses. I've already completed all the preparations in any case. Wanda, please take Miss Crony back to the Institute. Once the experimental field generator is activated, it will rapidly change the gravity in the surrounding area. I've been through professional training and I know what to do in this situation. For your safety, it would be best if you stay away from here. And how are you gonna get down? You don't need to worry about me. Mr. Edwin told me how to use the generator personally. That worries me even more. No one in the Institute can control this big guy as freely as I can, not even Raimundo. Guess we'll have to leave it to the professional then. Please be careful. Go on now. We'll meet again on the surface. Interesting. So I thought we were gonna have to fight this thing, but I guess not. So he's gonna like do this as we're doing this. And here's the thing, I understand that, like, you know, oh, the lighting here is so good. I want to see this in the dark. Oh, we can actually just warp here, I guess. But yeah, I'm super interested into seeing what's gonna happen here, but also like the respect. It's weird because there are passive aggressive between them, but like there's a respect there between the two of them there. Gorgeous music. Gorgeous. Wanda, you're back! How's the work coming along? Everything's going swimmingly. Look, we're definitely, like, you know, playing it up here a bit. There are still some finishing touches that ought to be left to a professional, so Mr. Nacker is still up there. I feel like I haven't contributed that much. Yeah, it feels like we're just coming along for the journey right and fighting, but then again, that doesn't mean a lot to them. Don't say that, you're our safety rope. Without you, dear Wanda, how could we have dared let Mr. Nacker go up there by himself? It could be said that the trip was a brilliant success. There were other benefits as well. Miss Crony has managed to photograph some thought-provoking images. I should like to ask me about a few of those pictures that should be even more interesting for Mr. Nacker. Let's not talk about that for now. Come on, let's take a photo together. Monsieur Chaussel? We'll also need to present you with a certificate and an honorary title. Honorary title? Oh, what about Paimon? Paimon will also get a potion from assistant, right? She definitely will. Seeing as you're Wanda's companion, I guess you could join in the photo as well. As for the title... So there's no honorary title for Paimon again. Okay, I'm going to do an Edmund on this place then. I'm sorry. Like, Honorary titles must remain limited to quantity to stay relative. Shush. Otherwise, how will we get sponsors and support through awarding them? Dude, give her a title right now, or I will go up there and drag him back down. I will get your experiments done. All right then. No, disrespect. Yeah, well, yeah, allow me to reward Paimon. The honorary title, best companion, best travel guide. A super awesome title. Best companion, man. This guy knows the title of those. We're already best buddies. Paimon doesn't need a title for that. Okay, but I was trying to be nice, Paimon. But you better make Wanda's really awesome, yeah, because she loves as well. But she wasn't being mean. I think, again, it's totally normal for her to be like upset when people leave her out. That's why she gets so happy when people include her. Without Paimon, we wouldn't have gotten this far. Of course, this honorary title is the highest standing. Besides, haven't you also been promoted to assistant to honorary senior researcher? Come on, let's get the photo taken. Yeah, just don't disrespect Paimon in the future. An assistant's still an assistant, no matter how many words you put after it. Exactly, Paimon. You know exactly your worth. You're more worth. And again, by the way, there's not wrong with being an assistant. I want to say that right now. It's just that in this sense, in this context, everyone is like going up in the world, and Paimon feels like she's being disrespected. And I think that's perfectly fine. Have you ever been in a job where you feel like you're being disrespected? All right, let's take the photo. This is an occasion to remember. Once I show so you're. It looks like he's having a nice conversation with Miss Crony. Hence, this operation is a stepping stone to rebuilding the Institute. We can do it, and it's our duty to do so. It always has been. Look at this. From this perspective, as for the former side of the Institute, we will keep it preserved forever and rebuild it as a Fontaine Research Safety Education Center. Okay. I think I just had about enough. I'm certain that everyone has benefited from your speech, Monsieur Chaussel, but now's the time to take a photo together with Wander, wouldn't you say? Of course. We must take a photo and mark this occasion with our dear honorary senior researcher at the Fontaine Research Institute. Please give us a second, Miss Crony. This shouldn't take too long. Oh, don't worry. It's not like the things you said just now weren't all cliches anyway. So she's saying it's kind of like, as a reporter, and she would notice this a lot more too, she feels as though he's like, kind of like just doing the cliches. We're going to build up a kind of a safety institute. It's kind of like after, it's after like a big organization drops oil in the ocean. They set up like foundation for like dolphins or something, you know what I mean? It's like, I get what she's saying. Weren't you guys going to take the photo together? I just happen to have a camera with me. Please go ahead and stand in position. I traveled a long way to get here, so please at least make it worth the trip, okay? I think she's fantastic. I think she's absolutely wonderful. Oh my god! Whoa. Whoa! Whoa! What the hell? What just happened? What else could it have been? It's an explosion. I don't believe that was an explosion. All things considered, it was probably controllable. That was an explosion probably already blown away just now. If nothing else, what could it have been? Michelle, could you please explain to us, what is this thing that you had anticipated? Was this something you anticipated? I must say, you asked a very good question, a very excellent one, as many people are wondering the same thing. What is happening? The color of the bodies of water, could it be that the condenser components are already in? He hasn't come down yet. He hasn't returned yet. Let's not delay, Wander. You need to go now. Wait, I want to go too. The truth behind this explosion. Please don't act rashly, Mr. Porter. If you dip one of your toes into that water, you'll be saying goodbye to this world within a minute. Don't scare me. Would you please just stay here? According to your previous experience, the energy flow that remains in his bodies of water shouldn't affect you too much. Please go to the ruins as quickly as you can. Yes! I'll meet you there your own way. I have my ways. After the explosion, I was among the first to conduct a disaster investigation and evaluation. Things at the time were much more complicated than they are now. Anyway, enough talk. Let's get moving. Oh my god. Yeah, they're thinking about, oh my god, what if he's the same as Edwin? What if what happens is the same as Edwin? Holy hell! How do I get up there? Also, will that medicine work? But he said as long as I touch it, all those pictures, darn it, I need to think of a way. This is insane. The last thing I expected was another explosion, but it makes sense like if it's like all coming full circle. Was this also predicted? Oh my. You know what I mean? Like it's like the talk of an explosion this whole time to lead to an explosion like this as well. It is like a full circle. Oh my freaking god, what has happened? That's still there, but this over here. What in the world has been done? Wait, what? And more are appearing? Oh Oh, it's awakened them with the Arkhium energy. Right, okay.
Goba, get them! Oz, reveal!
Crazy stuff, man. Like, again, I didn't expect... It makes sense that, like, an explosion happening again when they've talked about how the explosion has affected this world so much. Like, the explosion happening again, like, actually is, like... It's just good writing, right? Like, to have it, like, because it's, like... although it's uninspected, it's kind of like... Is he going to meet the same fate as this character we've been talking about through this whole story? Through this whole time we've been talking about Edwin. And he works right under Edwin as well. Examine the large out-of-control Arkhium. And especially since we've been talking about how, like, we're trying to make Arkhium, like, a cleaner energy, something that can be, like, used, like, be accepted by the public again. And for this explosion to happen is insane. It looks like the Arkhium overload and that cooling mechanism is also damaged. What could he have done here exactly, Nacker? This is my fault. I didn't think that Nacker would be unsatisfied despite all the benefits I gave him. Benefits? Wait a second. Why are you looking at me like that? Did I say anything to you? Don't talk to her like that ever. Please. Sweet talk. Did he tell you guys then that it was people like him, Edwin's successors, who were reaping the benefits of this mess by stealing all kinds of information and selling... What? Paimon doesn't know what to believe anymore. If only we were here, then we could find out the truth. Paimon doesn't see him at all, though. If he's not here, where could he have gone? Wait, did he plan this? Maybe successfully escaped. Maybe he's already... I don't think he was killed. At the very least, I'll explain why later. From now, we must stabilize the Arkhium as quickly as possible. The suppression system shut down and the ore is presently in an excited state. That is what caused the explosion. What caused the explosion? But this rock doesn't look blown up at all. Yeah, I don't understand. Alright, I agree. That is indeed quite difficult to understand. I'll explain later in simpler terms for you. I guess I have no choice now. The experimental field generator that Edwin created is extremely powerful and can manipulate gravity. This I believe you know already. After the explosion, all the Arkhium in the Institute shattered into fragments. Among these fragments, many of them could have been turned into excited state and triggered an explosion at any time. With the use of gravity, they were all restrained and gathered beneath our feet. The explosion just before was a small one caused by a small part of the Arkhium in the rooms that was affected by the energy flow. I guess you could call it a minor rehearsal of the third great explosion? This rune is a super Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh no. A super huge, ready to explode piece of Arkhium. So you guys did all this. Not because you wanted to retrieve assets, because you were scared this place would explode again? So this whole time, they've been like putting up kind of a front for Crony and us. They just wanted to make sure that this doesn't happen again. That's just one objective of this operation, but right now our priority is to retrieve the condensing components that fell into the water and restart the suppression device. There's also Arkhium inside the components and intense energy flow that is likely to cause unpredictable changes to the water bodies. Forgive me, we're not capable of retrieving them all and installing them back on the inhibitor. Only you are capable of doing this, Wonder. Please, for the four core... Yes, we'll do it. We'll do it. But once this is all over, you better explain everything clearly, exactly. If all goes well, I will tell you everything I know. No, 100%. This is crazy. So it's a possibility that this whole time we were being like a little bit lied to from all sides. Drat, the energy flow is too strong. I need to take more medication. About the real reason for the explosion at the Fontaine Research Institute. You're quite inquisitive, but now's not the time for... Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. This is terrifying. This is terrifying. And the fact as well that there's a possibility that this whole... did they mean in the water like over here possibly, I guess? That... Like, we have been... Like, again, it's been such a pleasant journey, right? And it really felt like I really felt like, okay, like, obviously, like, we knew it wasn't perfect, because even, like, Crony was, like, saying this isn't perfect. You know, Crony was, like, saying, like, oh, this is a cliche. The stuff you're talking about doesn't mean a thing. Maybe over here? You know what I mean? Like, you keep saying this stuff, but, like, it doesn't mean much, like, you know, what are you hiding? So Crony was obviously the hint that this stuff is, like, obviously not always going to be up and up, and Crony was right. It wasn't exactly as the way they were saying it, you know? Kind of worrying, but like again, like I said, like it's become like full circle in a way. Where did that go? Where did that go? There, okay. And the fact that they're saying, like, he was Edwin's successor and he benefited from this as well. I'm kind of, this is like, again, I think intentionally so. Would you, I really think that they did this on purpose. They had our characters of Wanderer and Paimon kind of like treating this as a joke through the whole time. Not obviously like, you know, laughing at it, but they were like, we were kind of just having like, just being very simplistic about it, right? We were kind of just like, okay. It's like, oh, like, is this going to happen here? You know, we weren't taking it like so seriously, is what we'll say. So that's what's changing the water, by the way. We weren't like making a joke out of it, but at the same time, we were just thinking of it as any other job. And we thought this was going to be over. We even said like, oh, we haven't done anything. We were laughing about it. We were joking about it. Insane stuff. I think they probably want us to go this way. Yeah, it's probably in a row. Yeah, this is really well written. Really, really well written. Of course, the one weakness for a Genshin character. Oh my god, crevices.
You see those guys with visions? Yeah, they're really powerful, but they get stopped by crevices.
Crevices? What do you mean they get stopped by crevices? They get stopped. Literally, they'll be walking on this thing. Oh, we can just warp up here. They'll be walking on this thing. I'm telling you, like, just hear me out. They'll be walking on this thing. Yep. And they'll be climbing up everywhere. They'll be flying everywhere. They'll be beating dragons and monsters and all this stuff. And they'll be, you know, doing all this crazy stuff. Yeah, all the crazy stuff that those guys of visions do. Yeah. I saw one of them try to climb up a mountain. There was a tiny crevice. Yeah. They literally couldn't. They ran out of stamina and they fell. Sounds like something's up here. The music is like so like somber for this as well, but like the purple color in the sky, like turning what was like a beautiful like area, like that was like we were looking at these blocks that we thought were like gorgeous, which they are gorgeous still, but they've turned them into like these like kind of more like the darker colors makes it feel like it's a little more dangerous, a little more serious. Oh, do you just have to defeat you guys? And if you get what I'm saying, it's like I think Genshin's good at that sometimes, where they take an area that like you know you want to like see get better. You really do.
By royal decree.
Yeah, they're immune to the swirls. Oh my gosh. And then we just drop down here. Where to now? Down here? This is interesting. It's like mini games for all this stuff as well. I wonder, was this set up also? On you too?
As you wish, main Fräulein.
Nice and spicy. And away I go.
Get a bit of Oz going here as well, you know? Get a bit of Oz.
Go as one. Oz, reveal thyself.
Oh my god. I don't care that it's like a video game. It's scary. It literally makes me clench every single time they do that. I literally clench up every single time they try to do something like that.
Barbados, guide us.
It's so scary when they drop you down like that.
Arkhium, into the bucket. I summon thee. The insubordinate code. Ninjutsu. Nice and spicy.
Get the flames, vaporize. I know this isn't going to do much as well. Sayo probably isn't fine, so maybe we could change our team just like to another team for now. But
Shadow Raven, Black Knight fall. Go and splash. Boba, get them.
and Oz is actually taking out the other member. That's how powerful Oz is. Oz could like do it by themselves, honestly, but I don't think they'd want to do it without official. And who would?
By royal
Who would?
decree. I swear by my sword.
But like, even Fischl's bow was pretty powerful as well, like, and I think it's just because, like, you know, I paid so much attention to leveling up Fischl at the time. She was like the first person we got to like level 80 even, like. And the last. Oh my god, stop! Every single time! It's terrifying! Is this work? Is this how we're gonna get in here? You see what I mean? Like it makes them more serious. They were very whimsical when we entered them before, and now they're so serious. These purple things. Whereabouts is this retrieval? Because that's how we cure the water, you're right? Here it is. There we go again. And then instantly, this is something I love in video games, making it instantly look better, right? All of a sudden we have like this. I actually might warp back up here, and it's actually easier to come down this way like this. Like, you have something that was so beautiful once and you want to make it look beautiful again, and that's why we're doing this again. This is fun though. This is actually a very fun world quest. And I think intentionally so. I remember like in my mind, like I was thinking like, I wonder if like this is gonna get like, is this gonna ramp up a bit? You know what I mean? Because obviously like I have trust in Genshin, so I wasn't just sitting there going, when is this gonna ramp up? It was like kind of just really nice. I thought it was just like, but eventually I was thinking in my head, I was like, oh, this is just for exploration. That's why I was like exploring so much, and I was like, you know, and we're gonna get a piece of information every once in a while, a little character study for like a few of these characters here. But it was actually just like turned out to be like one of the most serious moments I've ever seen. And now finding out about this explosion as well, you know. I was legitimately just like, oh, this must be just like something for. Oh wait, we're trapped in this one singular block. And then the explosion happens, and it changes the tone of the game, right? It changes the entire tone of this mission. We were having fun. We were doing some fun exploring. This is really cool, by the way. This is really imaginative. I like it a lot. Like, you can always tell with Genshin, like, there's always, like, people just coming up with, like, fantastic ideas constantly for what we can do for, like, other, missions and stuff like this. And, like, different, like, puzzles. And, like, while this isn't, like, a crazy puzzle, right? This isn't, like, oh, like, how are we gonna do this? How are we gonna do this? It is, like, you know, very, there's a lot of movement in it as well. Are we going here? Oh, it literally is just that. And we retrieve it. If you get what I'm saying. Like, a lot of these puzzles that we're doing now are, like, very movement-based. They're very, like, fun, dance around, move to this place, then move to this place type of puzzle. It's actually very much easier for me to do it this way, guys, I'll be honest with you. It's very much easier for me to do it this way. I'm gonna shout from the rooftops how freaking smart it was to have Paimon and Wander joking more often than usual. Having the two characters that should be at odds completely, like, you know, being very, very nice to each other, like, so nice to each other. And then it ends up like, you know, like, hey, let's just take a picture together, you know? And then the explosion happens during the picture. It's so cinematic, it's so good. I didn't suspect it, but I also, like, at the same time, I was like, maybe it is gonna ramp up at some point, but I'm so impressed. I'm so impressed with this. Very impressed with how this has gone. Oh. I guess we're gonna try and climb up here. It will let us climb up though. Yeah. Oh god. Oh god. Okay. Okay. This barrel here. Oh no. They knew what they were doing with this. That's so fun. This is so freaking fun. They knew what they were doing. Wait, did they want me to walk down here? Probably. I'm guessing they want me to walk down. I'm not sure yet, though. Where's the other one gone? Or, like, fall down, I should say. Wait. What's over there now? How do we get over there now? Wait, how do we do that? I wonder if the puzzle resets if we do this now here. It's a very interesting quest. Music is so good. You gotta, it's like, it is very like, it feels like this music accompanying with this mission feels like so much has happened, right? It feels like we're like in like a very dire straight situation here where something bad could, yeah, we have to, it resets the thing here. Okay, that's fine. Oh no, it doesn't. Like, it makes it feel like we're in like a post, like, shit has gone down world. And it's both ways? Wait, maybe we shoot them from here. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. Bam! All this time I was like shooting it from there. That's so dumb. I love aiming on consoles because of the claw grip. It's like so fun. Let's get the bomb, shall we? Let's try and get the bomb. If we don't get it, it's fine, but... Very fun. Very, very fun stuff. Yep, I love this. This is such great puzzle work here. They did such a good job with this. And getting a look at this as well, like, Fontaine shouldn't be this dark during the daytime, right? That's what makes it so scary. Intentionally so. They're intentionally doing this because it's not supposed to be this dark. The sky is even, look at the sky. I didn't even know, like, I was like, oh yeah, this is very dark. Of course the sky, but like, if you look directly at the sky, it's freaking terrifying. This has been so good. This has been fantastic puzzle stuff. So impressed as usual. Whereabouts is it, do you think? There? There. Okay, perfect. And that's the last one. We gotta talk to Raimundo. Yeah, this feels serious, man. This like instantly feels so much more serious than the rest of the mission. Raimundo's in here. Raimundo, please do something. You have the same name as or is it Raimundo? I say Raimundo, like the guy of Shaolin Showdown. Miss Nacker really knows how to create trouble for others, just like that boss of his, Edwin Eastinghouse. What are you doing here? We really can't catch a break here. Not only did the explosion break off the condensing components of this device, it also destroyed the self-sustaining system of the inhibitor. I'm about to remove the two backup pneumonia's cores in the experimental feed generator and use them to supply energy to the inhibitor. Lucky this big fella can't move, or otherwise we wouldn't have time to run. It's just not moving right now, you mean? Yeah. Hey, knock on wood. Don't say things like that. What if it actually starts moving? Paimon, we went through this whole mission not expecting things. I think we have to start expecting things. Don't worry, it's main... No, I actually thought it was going to come back to life, didn't I? I actually did, so maybe I always thought that. It's the main source of energy is that big chunk of Arkhium behind it. Although the Arkhium has transformed into an activated state, the explosion damaged all of the energy supplies. So it's lost all of its energy supplies. The Arkhium kinetic core should be right here. Where did... You said that pneumonia cores were a backup energy source. And its activation condition for backup energy sources is a complete loss of energy? Oh my god! Oh my god, oh my god.
Midnight Phantasmagoria!
Edwin, you scoundrel, what did you do to this thing? So Edwin did this? So we fought this guy before, we fought one of these guys before. At the start of the video. You can get me, try and hit me. They're probably gonna, me saying that, I'm gonna get hit right away. Also reveal thyself. You know what you always say? I always say that. So that creature we saw, that machine we saw down there was all with the jumps are increasing again. I love this. Too early, I'd say, but still it worked out. Get Oz on him at all times, I find with some boss battles. So smart. Just, you know, you just keep Oz on him.
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
A little bit of Gobo.
Into the fire! Wait, hear me.
A little bit of Shangling. A little circling. This is so cool. Because, oh my god, honestly, we shouldn't have done it in that moment anyway. But the reason I think it's so cool is that we have, like, this boss here that we've already fought. But this one, like, specifically, like, seems to be, like, I guess, like, the other one then as well was also
Oz, reveal thyself.
created by, or like, at least, like, changed.
Fräulein, should you fall?
No, we won't fall. We won't fall. Specifically created by,
I swear by my
or, like,
sword.
changed by Edwin.
By royal decree. Bubba, get them. Shadow Raven, Black Knight fall.
We always say Shadow Raven, Black Knight fall. Get out of here. Get out of here, Sayu. I'm so sorry. Sayu taking the brunt of this.
Barbados.
Honestly, like, a distance is probably very good with this as well. So I genuinely think that, like,
Oz, reveal thy nice and spicy.
like, who actually might be very good with this is just, like, actually, like, since we can fly, is Vaughn. Vaughn is probably fantastic at this. And of course Fish as well, because we can keep a distance, but, like, obviously it's not the same thing as, being able to fly over this stuff and not get affected by it whatsoever. Now, I don't know if that's what would happen. I don't know if it still affects us above ground or whatever. Now Fischl's probably very good for this stuff here. Yep, there we go. Fun boss. It stopped. I knew you could do it. Quick, grab these two cores. Let's hook up back at the power. Just like before, you connect the energy source and I'll adjust the device. Holy hell, this scares me, man. Like, especially like you know, explosions aren't, they're serious. Like, it's a serious thing. Look how it affected things already. That was Crony's whole investigation was about this stuff. And look how nice everything looks again. Like, this is what I mean. This is such good design. The idea, oh, it's nighttime anyway, but it's okay. But the thing is, things were so dark and so murky, and then you get to see this instant gratification of, like, this is what you did. Look at what you were able to do. It feels so good. If finding it stable as the Arkhium has transferred into an inert state, we in the Fontaine Research Institute are safe for now. But it seems there are ever more secrets. Yes. As for things you'd like to know, I'd happy answer, but not right now. No, right now. All I can tell you is based on my hypothesis, is that Mr. Nacker stole the Arkhium kinetic core and triggered a small explosion so he could get away. But before explaining in too much detail, we should return to the Institute and place the proper notation on partitions on this interlude. Or at very least we need to stop the misjournalists from getting more deeply involved in the Arkhium kinetic core. It's connected to too many other matters. I must handle it completely confidentiality. Honestly, dude, like, someone needs to come in here and investigate this whole thing. Someone needs to shut this thing down and cooperate with your work? Yeah, what the hell, man? You're not saying to play around with your lies, are you? Yeah. The scarier something is, the more you should share with others, then we can all work together. I agree. That's what I'm saying. Send people in here to sort this out. Tell Nervalette. Please. Me running into Nervalette. Nervalette, it exploded. You know what I mean? Like, or tell Risley. No, not that Risley would do anything. I have my doubts about that, you two. Every matter has its own way of being dealt with. And in this instance, we must all call for silence. Explain why. But I promise I would never have you steer from your moral standards or demand that you have the same standards of behavior as we do. All I ask is you remain quiet. You do not do anything else. You might be wondering why I want to remain silent while telling you the truth. I'll come out and say it now. Your coming here is not only good fortune that our institute has had nearly... The only good fortune... What? The only good fortune our institute has had in nearly 100 years. No matter what happens or what the cost is, you must maintain good relations with you. I'm sure Miss Choiseul feels the way... What? Is transparency something... Did he say we're literally the only good fortune that we've had in nearly 100 years? That's crazy. Is telling the truth also a cost as far as you're concerned? You're only just telling us the truth now, which you should have done ages ago. Just what sort of cost is that? Dear Sir Paimon,
Telling the truth honestly is, in truth, the greatest price anyone could pay. Let's go back. I ask sincerely of you to understanding and provide all necessary cooperation. Here's the thing, right? My take is, I totally get that some matters do need discretion. I totally get that in some cases, we can't just go blabbing about this information because you probably terrify people. But there is the right people you can tell. And I feel like right now, the people of some authorities in Fontaine deserve to know. How do we get up there? Deserve to know about this. You know what I mean? They deserve to know. Like, we should tell somebody. Right? Am I going crazy? And I feel like them lying to us already about stuff and not telling us the truth ages ago. And the whole thing of, by the way, I also don't agree with the whole thing of like, all you have to do is just not say anything. That to me, that is like, that's the same as lying in some cases, right? Like it's like in some cases it's not, if you're minding your own business about something that's none of your business, right? But if you know like someone is about to get like seriously hurt and you say nothing, right? To me at that day, it's like, okay, like, why wouldn't you say anything? Like if Crony asks me something, I'm gonna tell her. We have to tell her. Miss Crony, everything we do is in the best interest of people of the court of Fontaine. And here's the thing, that might be, but I feel like it's such an underhanded way of like approaching it. So what now you're saying is the Fontaine Research Institute predicted the explosion now? Are you kidding? Do you think I'm a gestionnaire? You can't hoodwink me that easily. I think Monsieur Chauzel has expressed himself clearly enough. The situation is still under control. The status quo of the court of Fontaine will not be adversely affected. Now allow me to make a statement explaining the event that really occurred. Come on. That's enough, mister. I don't believe you for a second. And how could we? You've seen everything, right? I'm begging you to tell me the truth. Yes. I'm all ears, my dear Wonder. You tell Crony everything that happened from the beginning to end without omitting anything. About the large Arkhium in the experimental field generator. About Nacker who is missing and could be alive or dead, and about Raimondo's accusation of him stolen the Arkhium kinetic core. And of course, what Raimondo cares about most, the central laboratory ruins that could explode at any time again. I'm shocked, Mr. Giselle. Were you aware of this? Of course, my goodness.
So the Fontaine Research Institute doesn't even have the courage to face their own mistakes. Just cover up the fact that you couldn't deal with the Arkhium problem. You did absolutely everything you could. What I find most surprising is that you even tried to trick Wander, who's been doing their almost help Oh my god, I love you. I love you. I love you so much. You are amazing, right? Like, we have been busting our butts, right? Killing enemies, destroying enemies. We fought so many mech guards, and it's all been under a false pretense for the most part. You want to use Wander's credibility to convince me that Nacker was behind all those crimes. Exactly. That's so underhanded. Again, the way to fix the credibility of the Research Institute and what happened with Edwin is not to lie again. It's not. Coney, did you really understand? I completely understand everything, dear Paimon. Thank you for dropping such subtle hints for me. Hints? Did we drop any hints? Of course, I know what the Institute really wants to hide. The fact that the central laboratory rooms can explode again at any time. Or to put it another way, Arkhium is still a threat to the entire court of Fontaine. Ridiculous. A person's life isn't something you can throw away to help spread your own lies. I've already told you the truth, Miss Crony. Please, listen to a final word of advice. It takes only a seismic effort to fixate on something, but it takes more brainpower to avert your gaze from it. Explain why you think that's true, and I'll explain why I feel a different way sometimes. Enough, I won't listen to another word you say, nor will I dwell on this. Your words, deeds, and all the facts concealed by the Institute will be reported on this in the next issue of the Steamberg. Good day, gentlemen. Miss Crony strides away from the Fontaine Research Institute. Thank God this is finally over with, though, and thank you too, Wander. I didn't do what you asked me to. I thought you would. You thought I would throw a tantrum and scold you for not doing what I said? My dear Wander, since the very beginning, your job has only been to escort the researchers to the ruins for an expedition. What I asked you to do was above and beyond the call of duty. It would have been great if you kept your silence, and that would have saved us a lot of trouble in the future, yes. But it's not necessarily a bad thing that you told her the truth. I believe now that Miss Crony has gotten what she wants. She will not bother us again for the time being. She will tell the public everything. I believe she will do that. I hope the people of Fontaine will like the truth she publicizes. But as for us, we will still have much to be concerned about. For example, the whereabouts of Mr. Nacker and the Arkhium kinetic core. But shall we first give you a few awards as well, Miss Chauzel? Would you do the honors? Of course, that's right. I've already prepared everything. There's a certificate
trophy and other forms of remuneration too. But before that, let's take a group photo oh no, maybe not. The one we took before now, seeing the explosion in the background. This new photo must be decent enough to be worthy of your status as honorary senior researcher. Please nothing explode again. Perfect, look at this, a decent bunch of decent people. The scene just isn't explosive enough. Hey, stop it, no more exploding. Any more explosions, people have nightmares. Okay, I'm sorry, Paimon. Yeah, it was terrifying, that's the truth though, right? Like, that's why I said something. I need to explain something as well, because I think you guys will agree with me for the most part. And it's okay to have disagreements as well. But for my money, the idea that like this explosion like is happening and is a threat to Fontaine is something that people in Fontaine deserve to know. You should know, and again, you can say, oh, well, if it causes panic. Wouldn't it be better if like people know and then the authorities can do something about it? And they can observe these people that have lied to us before and have kept information to us before, right? That has already exploded once and caused a lot of problems for Fontaine. That they can observe what's happening, that they can maybe even send their own researchers to like check this out as well. Like this is the best way to go about this in my opinion. And the whole thing of like averting your gaze is easier, right? I think you could look at it two ways. Averting your gaze can be easy. Averting your gaze is harder, he said. I think it's harder in some cases if it's the guilt, right? I think if you look away from something, you can feel so guilty. I don't think it's harder in this situation, in my opinion. I think it's much more brave, in my opinion, for Crony to go and report on all this, come along with us and find the truth and be fixated on this and do her research and find out that there was, and she was right from the start. She truly believed that there was something here that was a bit underhanded, and she was right. And here's the thing, I totally believe that these guys here in front of me want the best for what's happening here. They do not want this explosion to happen again. They do not want this place to explode again. I fully 100% believe that is the truth. 100%, I believe them. But the way to go about it, in my opinion, is not that way. That's just my personal take. Personally. That certificate trophy for you. I'll post a copy of the shirt in the Institute bulletin board later. I hope our researchers will follow your example on this path. We must strive to take a lead, overcome all obstacles, and put in 120% of our... I actually have more questions for you. Yes, please. Of course, I know what you want to ask, even though your questions are all extremely complicated. I will try. Please, yes, please answer them, though. I believe we'll have more opportunities to work together in the future, honorary senior researcher. Wait. Can we not ask you questions? Yes! Thank you. Thank you so much. I was like, you're ending it there? Why do you think Nacker is still alive? Considering interest at the Institute's my personal point of view, I do in fact hope that both he and the Arkhium Kinetic Core were obliterated in that explosion, so he wants them to be gone, to be rid of it. That would mean the last traces of Edwin's Easinghouse's influence here would be gone for good. But like I said earlier, that explosion was actually a small-scale Arkhium fragment resonance. Moreover, the mostly Arkhium fragments in the explosion's radius were ore waste that has been fully depleted of energy. Locally speaking, even if a large Arkhium chunk had gotten out of control, causing the ore waste to resonate, such a violent explosion should not have occurred. The only possibility is that someone specially collected Arkhium that has not been depleted from other areas and piled them here. So you're saying that he piled them here? They then overloaded the large Arkhium chunk on purpose to create an Arkhium resonance so as to trigger an explosion to cover up on certain traces that would have existed otherwise. Nacker has always conducted research with Edwin and has good understanding of the nature of Arkhium. It wouldn't take him much effort to do something like this. Still, that's just my preliminary conjecture. As for what happened next, we need to wait for Research Institute to conduct a more detailed investigation. But why did he steal its core? The Arkhium Kinetic Core is the most cutting-edge technology created by Fontaine Research Institute to date. It wouldn't be a bad idea to sell it or use it in development of another project. But considering his level of academic expertise, I'd rather he sell his Arkhium Kinetic Core for a good price. Because you're saying he's so good at this that he could create this something for bad? Is that what he's saying? Sorry, no, I'm going to talk to Raimundo first. I'm going to get your Raimundo stuff first. Yes, about the Arkhium Kinetic Core. Before we discuss this further, I believe Nacker and Miss Corrine must have mentioned something to you already. They must have already told you that my research projects and those Edwin Easinghouse had some overlap. But it's not entirely accurate. In fact, the Arkhium Kinetic Core is the fruit of my joint research with him. In theory, we constantly inject this kinetic core with enough energy, it can easily allow an experimental field generator to run at full power.
After creating this core, we both realized a problem. We could barely find any way to keep injecting it with enough energy to keep it at maximum power. Edwin and I tried powering it with a mixture of Nonia and Arkhium energy, only by connecting large numbers of Arkhium ores in series to create a superpowered group, but neither worked. This was the situation until we found that giant Arkhium. Although it was always in an inner state, Edwin and I were certain that this ore had unprecedented purity. We believed that the right treatment, this ore could definitely output large amounts of energy we needed. But Edwin and I had a disagreement. I offered up more of a conservative proposal, but he wanted to solve the problem rather more quickly. You should know everything else that happened after that. So, if we're getting this right, he wanted the research to advance more quickly, so again, it would have been less safe. See how it autos shows it? I'm standing right in front of this man here. Yes, Edwin, for sure. Let's talk about Edwin. He was a genius in the field of scientific research. It's no exaggeration to say that his talent was only second to our first director, Aileen. So Elaine is the first director of the Institute, is what we're getting at here. They might have said this before, but I just slipped my mind. Elaine is the person who was in those documents in the Philosophy Institute, and she also created Seymour. At the same time, he's an inhumane monster. Wow. Nothing mattered to him other than his scientific research. Ed was willing to do anything to pay the price to advance his research. He once told me that the research results were the only remuneration he needed. He said, "I don't need a remuneration to me. Research itself is the best reward." However, even though Edwin was a pure researcher, the people under him were all experts in furthering their own interests, that is. Some secretly sold research assets, some plagiarized research results, and some used his name to scam others. They ruined the Fontaine Institute's reputation little by little. Like I said before, as long as this research could advance, Edwin wouldn't do anything about this. That is insane. Like again, this line here, they ruined the whole reputation. And to me, that's why, I understand why he would want Nacker to just die then and there. It's like, he doesn't want all this to happen again, because that's why I felt like it was like full circle. It's happening again. It's happening again. And again, the reputation will be ruined again. I really think that the reporting on this is such a good idea, though, because then they can come here and see that you're actually trying to help out with this stuff. Hiding stuff isn't going to help your reputation. In this way, they use Edwin's name to take all the Institute's resources for themselves. The Institute can only continue to conduct detailed reviews on the personnel, and funding Edwin's project team, Mr. led many these review operations personally. However, in the months of such people, these actions were constructed as bureaucratic arrogance and distrust of researchers. In the mouths of such people, these actions were constructed. Okay. More and more conflicts took place between us, and no one knew how to resolve them. But now the conflicts no longer exist. Because he's gone. Holy hell. So he was just like a horrible person. And he's one of those people that when we say and I say it all the time, experiments get taken so far, right? So far in Genshin sometimes that I'm literally man, just take, and I know it's jokingly, but it's man, do something else with your life. You have so much talent, please do something else. But it's clear that he was he's just a horrible person about the current situation. Your question is not a technical one, but rather an administrative one. I think you should ask Mr. Chosel about this instead. Okay. And then the last question is, do you still remember me flipping through the pictures Miss Crony took in the ruins? There's one of Nacker working in front of the suppression device. It's quite blurry, but I'm quite certain that his actions are definitely not part of any operational procedure. That doesn't really mean anything, though. Maybe a thief came flying across a nearby mountain and stole the core. That's most definitely impossible. The energy flow of the Arkhium here is best anti-theft measure there is. Besides, the timing of the experimental field generator's activation is simply too perfect. It cannot be a mere coincidence. I have a preliminary conjecture. Nacker, or should I say, the one who stole the core, likely removed the Arkhium kinetic core early on, activating the backup energy source. However, the Neo cores are relatively inefficient energy sources, and they have to keep up continuous output of energy to reach the activation threshold of this contraption here. Hence, this person intentionally activated that large Arkhium chunk, creating a modest but rather noticeable explosion. This way, the Institute sends someone to investigate. They'd be certain to fix the Arkhium inhibitor first. And by the time they realized that they'd have gone to the experimental field generator to retrieve the backup energy supply, the generator would have already been finished charging. So wait, so what he's saying is, when they activated this chunk, it created energy that attracted people to it, but while they were doing that, to fix this, they would already have gone to retrieve the backup energy supply? Yeah, so it's like a distraction, okay. From a technical perspective, such a modus operandi is highly probable,
And those within the Institute are capable of doing this would only be Edwin, Mr. Nacker, and myself, so it's not you. And Edwin's gone. Okay. I doubt Edwin would have the opportunity to do anything to that effect, which leaves the two remaining suspects, myself and Mr. Nacker. Maybe it's all you're doing then. Yeah, you said that Nacker lied, but you've also been lying all along. True. Maybe it's just all part of your plan and you tricked us into escorting you here so you could grab whatever it is you wanted. Your accusation is not entirely baseless. After this, I will also apply for and submit myself to the Institute's credibility review. Good. As far as I'm concerned, though, Mr. Nacker was the only one likely to have committed this act. If this what really was his doing, then he should be the one with the most to gain from it. Even if I am listed alongside him as a suspect, his chances of being convicted are certainly greater than mine. Yes. So what he's saying there as well is that like it's not like there's not like full on evidence that it was him that took it, because the only other explanation that was someone who could do this and know all the inner and outs workings of like these little machines and stuff is either him or Edwin, and Edwin's gone, or Nacker, and it has to be Nacker then. Chaucel. About the Institute's current state. Everything is good. It's better than ever. Now the egomaniac Edwin is gone, the gang of thieves on him no longer exists here, so his whole group left as well. More importantly, the Institute has a chance to be reborn. Isn't that crazy then, from their perspective? Nacker was probably like someone who seemed pretty sane, but he was working under Edwin, and all along he was pretty insane as well. We can take off the shackles and the burdens of the past and focus wholeheartedly on the building of our foundation once again. That is, to work hard for the well-being of the people of the Court of Fontaine. I hope so. I'm currently gathering some people and preparing a code of conduct for our organization. It will include the principles of use of funds, research asset management methods, and ethical standards that should be observed in scientific research and work. All research-related behavior of our institute will have relevant rules and provisions. What a wonderful future. It's simply the best. Again, Shosa seems to be like the most like happy that we even went and told the reporter, because it's like, okay, like, it kind of took a load off his mind. He no longer has to think about that stuff, you know? Thank you so much. And do you and Raimundo run things together? No, to be precise, we deal with affairs related to different areas. Raimundo is responsible for getting scientific work and research back on track, and I'm responsible for everything apart from that. For example, I'm responsible for arranging funds related to manpower, quarterly budget allocations, accommodating visitors, and gathering these journals together with Raimundo. But our main goal remains the same, to rebuild the Fontaine Research Institute and work hard for the well-being of the people in the Court of Fontaine. I hope so. I believe it from Chaucel for sure. And Raimundo we have to get some trust with. So all the stuff here. So he believes that he wants him to be dead, but if he is alive, he'd rather himself fall because he's actually so talented as a researcher that he's worried about what he's going to do with this. That's what he was saying. We were talking about the kinetic core as well, about how it was made, how it was progressed, and then with Edwin, it was progressed as well. Edwin is so just not a good person. He cares more about research than he does about his... Edwin cares more about his research than he does about the well-being of people. And so while Raimundo wanted to kind of like slow things down, Edwin was kind of like, we have to keep pushing forward. And he died in that explosion, supposedly. I was only saying supposedly because Genshin has done crazy things before. You never know. But like, he's died in the explosion, supposedly. That's what everyone says. But as he died, all of his followers left as well. And then the only one who could have stolen the core was Nacker. And I'm worried that what he's going to do with this now, though. We also learned about Elaine as well being the head of the institute as well. The director, we probably already learned that before, but it's also interesting to know it as well. So the explosion that happened with Edwin was a result of Edwin just like not giving a damn about the people. But not only that, it was like this crazy energy that can cause sickness that is literally seems like it's only been recently cleared up, but like still it has a lasting effect that doesn't damage people or kill people, but it still makes people sick. And you understand why there's a bit of distrust there with the Institute of Technology now. Like I can totally understand that fully. That's what favorite next product should be. I'm thirsty. If you're thirsty, drink a Fanta. Take this bottle. Please enjoy its refreshing taste. Remember, refreshing Fanta. Fanta refreshment. That's what we said earlier as well. Did we get a Fanta? We got a Fanta! Looks like we need to start by repairing the internal structures. What are you repairing? This Gardamek. Henry says it's a motorized autonomous Fanta vending machine, bodyguard. Oh, cool. He even tried installing a recording device in it, but we should stick to making Fanta. It's all he's good at. I don't even know knows how to fix things. Do you know how to repair mecha? I used to work in project teams build mecha, but the project leads kept changing. And every new lead would redo all the work from the beginning. I just couldn't stand it, so I spoke to Henry, and eventually transferred to the Fanta project team. I never thought I'd have to fix them again after all this time. Oh, and I brought some extra parts I'm not going to use. Take them. They'll come in handy. Thank you so much. See, I genuinely believe there's good people here that want to like rebuild this place, that want this place to be better.
that want this to work for the people of the court of Fontaine. It's just that they have to deal with the reputation thing. And I'm going to say this, guys, now, like, I stand by my decision to go into, to letting everyone know, you cannot build your reputation up through lying. Because someone will find out eventually. Someone will find out eventually. You cannot, and even if we didn't know all the details of what happened here, the fact is, Crony saw an explosion. Crony's going to report that there was an explosion here at the Institute, and someone's going to come here anyway. I'd rather people know the truth, and everyone learn the truth, rather than a freaking lie that has been perpetrated throughout this whole time as well, you know? Because it's dangerous, man. And like the way that they describe Nacker in this as well is terrifying, by the way. It's like the idea of like, it's the same feeling I get from like the Tory in a way. Not the same, obviously not the same. The Tory just makes my skin crawl. But I mean just in terms of danger where it's like we cannot let them have anything. In this sense, they're so terrified to even let him have even a tiny bit of research. And in this sense, he has something that's so powerful that they're wishing that he either died or he went off with it and he got away with it. If I'm missing anything as well, guys, always like come by and let me know and we can talk about it later. I will also like probably like talk about stuff later on too. If I think of something else, we will talk about it. How wonderful to not be doing research. Are you a researcher? I was, but since quitting the Bosset team, I'm an honorary researcher at best. Of course, that means I rank below you as an honorary senior researcher. Heck yeah. And I don't know that now. I just helped Mr. Raimundo by organizing files and documents. Looking back, I should have quit way earlier and let the old fool Bosset write his own boring papers. It's the only thing he's good for anyway. And Bosset he's an old fogey whose vision has already started to go. A researcher about an ounce of creativity and honorary clothes rack. He thinks the world of himself. A bloodsucker who feeds on the research of others and utterly useless without his subordinates. He sounds very special. He is. And I realized sooner how special he is. I made up my mind to quit my life. It would have been much easier. But never mind, I'm not a researcher now. I can get my life back on track and that's enough for me. This is insane to me because like hearing about all these research, like it's such, I wish I got to see the Fontaine Research Institute like in its heyday and learn all about it in its heyday and see how people acted. Obviously then you could say you could stop Edwin, but just like a fly in the wall type situation. I think the Edwin situation is so crazy because I think it will get better for these people here. But it's still, to me, a very like terrifying prospect. The idea that that guy is still out there with that much energy. That's something that can do that and something that like is that can cause a lot of problems. But I hope the truth helps out in the end. This was a very interesting quest. It was very unsuspecting. I actually enjoyed it quite a bit. The puzzles were really fun. One of the things that was really interesting about it was like that like, at the start I didn't suspect where it was going to go, but then like it went to like heights that I didn't think it could actually go to, you know? Does that make sense? It went to a place where I was like, oh, we're going here? Like this is what we're doing, if that makes sense. Like when the explosion happened, it was like, wow. And I think intentionally they made it seem like it was just like we're on like a everyday type of mission. We signed these contracts and we're just like going on and escorting these people. I love in the end that Chazelle and Raimundo were like, no, you've done so much for us, and they acknowledged that too. So they weren't angry at us. I like that too. That's a good attitude going forward if they need to help out with this place as well. With that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Tomorrow we're starting Act 5 of the Arkhium quest, and that'll be going on then for a while. I think Act 5 is going to take a long time, guys, because you know the way I be yapping. I be yapping a lot. So I'll see you guys for the start of Act 5 tomorrow at the usual time. Thank you so much to Never Gonna Pay the Baby Gangster here on Patreon, Tyfire2, Jamie Bull, Jonathan Banana, The Ghost of Inazuma, Lucius Felix, Ewald, Radish, Anusta, Malcolm Day, Death Trap, Lynx Markey, Assassin, Alpaca Juice, Ali, and Xander whatever. And let's do the thing. Swinger dinger.